Welcome to this first DL6 Stop the Spread DireLands Adventure Actual Play. My name is Adam and I will be your storyteller. DireLands is a dark fantasy system agnostic campaign setting that I created. DL6 is a stripped down game
Adam, I think
system.
You're muted,
No, I'm just muted to you guys. I'm actually talking
Adam,
to the stream out. Nothing? Huh. With your current team plan, you only get up to 60 minutes per meeting.
All right, so I'll see you guys on which one? Discord?
No, I don't have
Discord
Discord
then?
anymore. We're going to join on Roll20 because that's where all the kids hang. So get your audio and video set up for Roll20. Thanks, Microsoft Teams and your hour-long limit. Jackass.
I guess not very team focused. Hold on, I'm gonna leave a review.
All right, so everyone is just going
Microsoft.
to go to Roll20 and make that work, please. In the interim, until that happens, welcome to the first DL6 Stop the Spread DireLands Adventure Actual Play again. I don't know if you guys heard this the first time or not. The players were complaining that they couldn't hear me, so I'm just going to run through the whole thing again. I hope you understand this was not planned. I did not know that there was an hour limit on Microsoft Teams, which is a nonsense limit. Google Meet has like a 45 to 50 minute limit, which is also bullshit. Same with Zoom. I think. I think the free has a limit. I might have to turn Discord back on just so I can have effing video. In any case, my name is Adam. I will be your storyteller. DireLands is a dark fantasy system agnostic campaign setting that I created. DL6 is the stripped down game setting I designed specifically for DireLands. It features a basic roll high on 3d6 game mechanic with an innovative trauma system where trauma or damage you receive actually lowers your chances of success in the game, forcing you to consider your actions. Now, before I actually get into this, because obviously there's a huge problem here, let me see if I can get... Oh, I can't do media. Let's do gameplay. There we go. And let me switch this over from that to Roll20. And it's going to look a little wonky. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I don't like that horrific podcast. And thank you so much for tuning in. Robin, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. I just can't believe that you have to pay for literally everything now. It's just ridiculous. All right, so let me set this up. Let me get rid of this mouse cursor nonsense because that's annoying. And then let's go ahead and set up some audio video. Because why not? Integrated audio and video. Allow while visiting the site. Camera, we want to change to XSplit. Okay. So let's join voice and audio. There was an error loading one or more of your devices. That's always nice to see. Let's try to refresh and see what happens. This is going to be like this. This whole first show is very much going to be... Let me see if I can adjust this here. Us sort of breaking the DL6 game system that I put together. That's really what we're going to be doing here. So I can hear, see both. Others can hear, see both. Integrated voice and audio. Let's do large so I can see them for the most part. Someone's got some ambient sound in the background. Oh, that was Robert. That's right.
Yeah, I think Lauren's having a hard time connecting.
Oh. Again. Again. So I will start this with everyone but Lauren. Amy, are you able to get your audio video working? Go ahead and mention in chat if you can hear us. And if you cannot, I understand. I get it. You can always type in the chat. All right. Appreciate you guys moving on the fly here. All right. So we will be introducing the players to the setting and system in this first episode. And as it is the first time I have ever run a game in DL6, we will inevitably break it and correct it on the fly. So we appreciate your patience. Today's adventure is set in the nation of Caelia, where the adventurers have been forced to travel across the steep southern karst mountain range known to be Locaston's territory. They're answering the call of the Cahutehe tribe's chief, Firefist, each party member having their own reasons to answer the call. So, assuming you've had a moment to think about the type of character that you would like to possibly put together in this first session, Robert, how about you tell me what type of what caused you to answer the call from a tribal chief asking for heroes to come help out this very interesting tribe in Caelia? Why did your hero choose to answer the call?
Most likely just a sense of adventure. Like he wanted to, I would imagine that he wants to go out and just be in the world and see the greater world. And this was an opportunity to do that and just, not be living in the village and doing mundane day-to-day stuff like he wanted. It was the call of adventure.
Right. Nice. Okay. So, Lauren, why would your character have answered this call, knowing that it could lead to death, dismemberment, or torture?
Well, I don't really know what that is, but that just kind of sounds like a lot of fun. Adventure and stuff sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm excited to go for adventure, but I'm not really sure what dismem is. So, yeah.
Okay. Amy, why would your hero, whom you have yet to create, by the way, everyone watching, have joined?
Oh. I thought we were creating it together.
We are. That's what I'm telling the audience, is that you don't yet have a character, but pretending that you have a general idea of the type of character you want to create. Why would you have answered the call of this nefarious tribe?
Wanting to help make the world a better place, caring about other people.
Gross. I mean, that's great. That's awesome. No, I like that. Okay. And finally, Gabriel, what do you think? Why would your character answer this call?
She wants renown. She wants songs to be sung, tales to be rung.
You say she, but I don't see any bows anywhere. Oh,
The
I stand
hell
corrected.
are you talking about?
My bad. It's the only way I would have known.
It's right here. God.
Did you just put that on, or is your dad that blind?
I just put it on.
Okay, thank goodness. I was worried he was just like missing that.
All right.
I don't know your eyes.
These players met up on the road having come from different locations, but know that traveling alone in these DireLands is a death sentence, or worse, you may be caught and tortured as a spy by Locaston's forces, or even sold into slavery, a practice this Cahutehe tribe is known for, in addition to being cannibals. But first, you have to get out of these dangerous mountains, and this storm cloud-covered night is only the most recent of hazards that you face. So, we join their players at camp. Let's start with Robert. Let's go through character creation. You should be able to click the little plus character button in the journal. Are you able to pull that up? You're muted.
Well, fine. I'll unmute. Yes, I have it up.
So for those of you who are not aware of DL6, it is a system intended to be at once familiar and innovative. It blends a simplistic roll high on 3d6 or 3 six-sided dice game mechanic with an innovative ability and trauma system. The more trauma you take or damage, the harder it is for you to use your abilities. And this all stems from the idea that if you have 1 hit point, I cannot imagine you would be as effective as if you had 100 hit points. That just makes no sense to me. And so that's what this system takes into consideration. The harder you are hurt, the harder it is for you to do anything. So let's talk about character creation. Character creation is simplified in DL6 to 3 basic steps. Generate your ability scores, select your race, and select your role. It really comes down to something as simple as that. This is a theater of the mind game. Of course, it's system independent, so in other games, game systems like Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Cthulhu or In Nomine or any other system we decide to try to play this in, Daggerheart or Shadow Dark or whatever, it will inevitably have battle maps, but in this first episode, it does not. So, generating your abilities, all ability scores have a maximum of 9. Each playing character begins with 5 points to distribute between the 3 abilities. There must be at least 1 point added to each. This lets you know that when you start, you are incredibly weak. You are not a strong, powerful creature. Are you able to get your character and add in your ability points?
Yeah. So how many points do I get to add in?
If you were listening.
So I was trying to get the stupid character sheet to populate.
It's all right.
Now it's working.
So 5. You get 5
Sorry,
points.
5.
You have to have 1 in each, so you get to add 2 to 1 or 1 to 2 other abilities. And again, keep in mind, this is going to be determined the type of character. So we'll go into the themes of DireLands, but everything is based around this triumvirate. You have it within the nations, you have it in your ability scores, you have it in the dice that are rolled, you have it in the character, your classes themselves, and even the races themselves. Everything is broken down into 3s.
Perfect.
So you're just sort of looking at this for the player's or for the viewer's benefit. Physical encompasses everything from your dexterity, your strength, your constitution, etc. Your defense, everything. Mental is very much your intelligence, your reasoning, the way that you can understand the world around you, your studies. Your spiritual is your heart, your soul, how connected you are to the wildlands and other spirits in the world. So if you're a priest, for example, spirit is going to be important to you. If you're an arcane magic user, mental would be important to you. If you are some sort of brute or thief, physical is going to be very important to you. So keep that in mind when you're building out your characteristics. Everyone else can go ahead and grab your character sheet if you want and start filling in your physical, mental, and spiritual stats. So walk me through your process here, Robert. What type of a character are you making here? Hey, Corey.
So I'm thinking the characters that I typically like to play in general in TTRPGs are more kind of a support role of character. You know, I play a lot of bards. Sometimes I'll do, other magic users that are a little bit more frontline. But I also like playing kind of like a priest or a cleric kind of a role. So I think with this, I'm going to go with 1 physical, 2 mental, and 2 spiritual.
Wow. Okay.
He's not much to look at. He just kind of exists as far as his physical, but he's a little bit more bookish. I haven't decided what spiritual means. Like, so, or could I put 3 into one category and leave the other one? No, I think we're gonna leave it where it is. We're gonna see how this goes.
At least 1 in each.
Right. But I was gonna say, but you could be like a 1, 1, and a 3.
It would be a 1, 1, and 2, right? Because that's
a 1, 1, and
1, 2, 3, 4. No, you're right. 1, 1, and 3, because that's math.
1, 1, and 3. So yeah, not important for TTRPG's audience. I think I'll go with we'll go with 1 physical, 2 mental, 2 spiritual, and we'll kind of see where we land.
Okay. So I want everyone to keep in mind, you can front load 1 ability over the others, but the way that sort of damage, trauma, death works is if 2 of your stats drop down to 0, you die. If 3 of your stats drop down to 0, you die. If 1 of them drop, you're either physically exhausted and you can't move around, you're unconscious if it's spiritual, or you're mentally drained or having massive PTSD if it's intellect. So you really have to consider balancing these stats out for longevity, because everyone you face is not just going to do mental damage. Everyone you face is not just going to do spiritual. It's going to be a mixture depending on how they assault you or how you act and the choices that you make. So while you may not die from being defeated, you will die from being defeated and dispirited. So just always keep
Right.
that in mind.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's where I'm going to go
All right,
with
so
that.
let's talk about races. Now, there's a max of a 9 in any ability score. And so each of these only adds a +1 to the race's specific, like ability. So, for example, humans have a +1 physical, elves have +1 spiritual, halflings +1 mental, and so on and so forth. While in any game system that you play DireLands in, you can add in any races you want. For DL6, we're limiting it to humans, elves, halflings, dwarves, and half races. That includes half elf, half orc, half ogre, etc. So what type of race do you think you're going to play, Robert?
For the sake of balance, as all things should be, I think we're going to go half elf, which will give me another +1 physical to kind of land me in a decent starting place.
Nice. Okay. So everyone should understand that humans are the default race in DireLands, but all other races are accepted generally and represented absolutely. The difference being it's the nation you come from that is more important than the race you are. If you're from Locaston, that is the northern nation, and it is seen as a denizen of evil. And I'll get into all that here and why in a second. If you're from Caelia, you're looked as a primitive, a native, an indigenous-born person. If you're from Bressus, you are much more civilized, and you have science and technology to the extent that fantasy worlds have science and technology. And you're pretty much the primary nation that had unified everyone against the great threat that has just been overthrown a decade ago. Just 10 small years. So you are all alive when that massive conclusion to a 700-year reign ended. And it was a massive ordeal that happened, and it affects every single person on this entire continent of Fall Est. So, when we think of roles or classes, what type of a character, what type of a job do you think you have, Robert?
I think he would kind of with this. He's probably going to be something in like a cleric or a shaman kind of a role. Again, kind of leading into the support character I like to play. So
yeah, so like I had mentioned earlier, everything is in threes. So you have your three nations that everyone is going to be from originally. Either Bressus, the civilized one, Caelia, the primitive one, or Locaston, the monstrous one. And then each of those has a representation of their race. So, for example, humans are going to, let me pull this up really quick. Humans are going to have their civilized, tribal, and primitive. You're a half-elf, so half races, you're half-elf, half-orc, or half-ogre. You can kind of choose what nation you want to derive from, but that will absolutely affect how you are received in any other nation that you happen to find yourself, or by any other person with their own built-in biases. So do you have any idea about a nation that you want to come from? Like, was the human side of you your father or your mother? Who was the one that was assaulted to have the half race, or was it a joining of lovers?
I think on some level it was a joining of lovers. I would say probably human mother, elf father, and at some point dad was no longer in the picture and just raised my mom in a human space.
Okay. So were you born in Caelia, the more primitive area, or were you born in Bressus, the more civilized area?
Probably Bressus.
Okay. What, both your parents? Are they from there?
Yeah, just for the sake of ease.
Okay. So you're going to be a cleric. Shamans are the primitive version of that. And then, of course, missionaries would be the monstrous version, because we all know missionaries are monsters.
It happens.
Horrible position.
Okay, and that's literally it. So you can add whatever version of armor or weapons you want to add. If it is a damage-dealing weapon, you add a modifier of 1. On your character sheet, you will see, let me open up health as the example character sheet. You'll see under equipment, it has a little add button. When you hit add, you just enter in the name of the equipment, whether it's a physical, mental, or spiritual basis. For any weapon, it's going to be physical by default. Magic items and some other equipment might be mental or spiritual, depending on what it is. And for any physical damaging item, the base is 1. This only helps with damage unless it's a magic item, in which case it'll help in defense and damage. But we'll get into all that later.
Okay.
So go ahead and enter in the name of the weapon or equipment. If you want to wear armor, it's the same thing. It'll be physical, and it'll be 1. Magical armor might affect spiritual or mental instead of physical or in addition to, but that all depends on the individual item. And if that ever comes up, we will deal with it then.
Okay.
Spells, let's talk about this because you're a cleric. You're a half-elf cleric from Bressus. You have access to scores of knowledge in Bressus, more than anyone else. But this is all recorded knowledge, so whether or not it is absolute, I'm sure there are shamans that know spells and abilities that you'll never know because it's never been written down or studied from Bressus.
Right.
However, you pretty much make up whatever the spell is that you want and the effect. However, there are some things that you have to keep in mind when it comes to nature and cosmic magic. So if you're a magic user, you're leveraging cosmic magic, you're harnessing the arcane forces from the universe. If you're a cleric or a shaman of that sort, you are harnessing nature magic, magic from the core of the world itself. The way magic works is it's like any other contested or uncontested difficult action, right? You have the effect modifiers, which if you want to heal someone for 1 damage, for example, it takes 1 point in your modifier. If it's 2 damage, it's 3. If it's 3, it's 6. You can find this in the Nature and Cosmic DL6 rules drop down under Nature and Cosmic Magic. It has a little effect modifiers chart.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Anything greater than that is just too much for anyone to understand, and it's just too challenging. So if you're going to cast a spell to heal someone, for example, and you want to heal them for 1 point, you're going to take your ability of spiritual, whatever that score is, and it's going to have an effect modifier of 1. So because you're doing something, it's going to be a negative. So it's going to increase the difficulty, as it were, by 1 point. So if it's healing them and you have nothing but time to focus on it, it'll be easy. So the difficulty is 5. With your modifier, you're going to have to get a 6 or above with a 3d6 plus your current spiritual modifier. Now, if you had 2 damage in spiritual, 2 trauma, then and you had your 4 or 3 score in that, and you had 2 trauma, you would only have 1 point in your spiritual to roll and add to your 3d6. So you can see that the more trauma you take, the harder it is to accomplish any action.
Right.
It's going to get a lot easier once we start playing. I understand this is the first time any of you are ever hearing of this, so it's going to be a little bit convoluted and stuff. So using and harnessing nature and cosmic magic is really difficult, and it takes a physical toll on you. So you choose the effect modifier that you're going to employ, but again, that makes it more challenging for you to enact that spell. And of course, the storyteller or the dungeon master or game master is going to have the ultimate arbitration on what the effect actually is for the modifier chosen. This is very sort of saga system, Dragonlance 5th Age adventure system sort of play here. It's all on the fly. So a contested check, let me just say this. Every time you use a spell, whether it's cosmic or natural, you take 1 trauma from having done so. So the higher level you are, it's not a big deal. You can do a couple of spells in a day, and it's not going to tax you at all. Lower levels, you have to choose between casting a spell or becoming dispirited and not being able to act, in any given scene, because you're going to have a 0 if you use too many spells. So and the only way you get back any spells or any trauma at all is by spending 1 day in complete rest or being healed. If you spend 1 day in complete rest, you get 1 point back in every one of your abilities. If you're healed, you get healed however, whatever the modifier is by the caster in that one, ability. So if someone's healing you in physical, that would be what you heal. If they're healing your spiritual or mental, that would be what you heal.
Okay.
So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Magic is very much on the fly, and it opens it up to your creativity, but it also limits it by your potential knowledge or lack of knowledge of what you could do with magic. So really, I encourage you all to be very, very creative in this. And I'll do my best to be a yes man here. All right, so you can start adding in spells, or you can start adding them in as you kind of figure them out during the game. Either way is fine. There's a little bit of box right next to the modifier number that you can add notes in. If it's a spell, for example, you could say a 2 modifier did this last time. A 3 modifier of the spell did this last time. And that way you can sort of keep track on your own of what you are capable of doing, or if it's a magical item or just an item of note that you want to add in your equipment, you can mark down where it comes from. Underneath your equipment, you have equipment notes. Add whatever notes you want. And then under the spells, you have spells and notes, and you can add any of your notes under there as well. So what do you think your name is going to be, Robert?
My default fantasy name is, I love to just do backwards names, so it's going to be Trebor instead of Robert. Trebor, Trebor. So it's Robert spelled backwards because I'm I'm super intelligent like that.
Right.
So
your race is half elf from Bressus, and your role is cleric. All right, Lauren, you're sitting in the camp, looking over at the half elf, wondering what the hell are you doing with this nefarious Bressus hoity-toity person. Where did you allocate your points?
Well, I started off with, I think I'm putting these in the right spot, 2 in physical. Oh, I see. Okay. 2 in spiritual and 1 in mental.
Okay.
Then I've decided I'm, for like play purposes, going to be an elf, but in actuality, I'm a 3/4 elf. My dad was a half elf. Mom was a full elf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know my mom very much. I know stories about her that Papa has told me, but that's kind of it. And for roleplay purpose, or for game mechanic purposes, I'm going to be effectively a magi. But I've just been spending a lot of time with like the birds and the bugs, and they've been showing me how to do all their cool bird bugs stuff. And so I've been learning from them how to do nature magic and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay, so are you coming from Caelia, Locaston, or Bressus? Civilized, primitive, or monstrous as an elf?
Primitive.
Okay,
You know,
from
I
Caelia.
don't know anything about like school. I've heard other kids talk about school. I'm not really interested in that at all.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we have your race. You're an elf, 3/4 elf from Caelia. We have your stats broken down. You're pretty much a shaman by default if you're going to leverage the sort of nature magic type of character. So that's pretty much your class there. You're going to be a priest or shaman. So your classes give you a +1 in the corresponding abilities modifier. So as a priest, you get +1 in spiritual. As an elf, you get +1 in spiritual. As a half race, you get +1 in physical. In 3/4, we're just going to go the full point because I'm not going to play with fractions like that.
I figured. Okay, so physical, I got a +1, so that's a 3 total, right? Mental, no pluses, that's just a 1, right?
Kind of
so
a
far,
dummy,
so yeah, you know what? I'll learn. Okay, I've got a little learning to do in this campaign. That's my arc. Damn.
All right.
Let a lady have a backstory. No. And then start off base 2 +1 for being a 3/4 elf is 3 for spiritual. Is that it?
Yeah.
3-1-3?
3-1-3. It looks like it. Yeah. Nice.
That's how it be. Let's go.
All right. So, really quick, Robert, what do you look like? Describe what you look like in your equipment and your face. What does your face look like? Mr. Mute.
yeah, sorry. I try. I have kids running around the house, so I try to be respectful and mute. Thank you. Remind me. Because this is fantasy, I always try to be the opposite of real life. So I'm pretty, whatever it is. No, I imagine he probably taller, skinny, half elf, probably still has pointy ears that kind of tip you off that he's not quite human. And then mostly, for the most part, he wears kind of like a cleric's or priest robes. He does have, if he's going to go out of town, he does have some sort of chainmail armor that he wears. Maybe it's just a chain shirt that he wears to go out, but he doesn't get out of probably out of town very often, and this is kind of his first foray out into the world. And so primarily you'd see him just in priest robes, maybe if he's going out into the world, he probably has a long overcoat on over that, and like a tricorn hat, and he just makes his way out into the world.
A tri-corner hat? Pretentious as hell. All right. What happened? Did I lose everyone?
Well, I'm not going to be playing with no red coats.
Nah. All right, so Lauren, your character from Caelia, there's a word I want you to keep in mind. I just put it in the chat. It's called biochte. Biochte is the Caelia word for the men who came across the sea. It's a derogatory term. Instead of calling them Bressus, it's biochte. And that is just to let them know that, you don't trust them, you don't like them.
Okay. Quick question. Do I also get a +1 to my spiritual from being a shaman? So it's 314?
So you'll get your regular 5-point spread, +1 spiritual for your elf, and +1 spiritual for your priest.
Got it.
So it's a total of 7.
So it's 2. Okay.
So 2
and I had 2 in spiritual to start with, and then I got 2 bonuses. And if we do math together, that's 4? Sorry. We're bad at math, and that's okay. We have great butts. Okay, 314. Okay, and I got your swear word.
And what's your name?
Oh, yes. My name. Where did everyone go? Does it feel like we lost
everyone? It is you and me. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna ask. My name is Tree. Tree. I don't know my last name. My last name is Tree, or my first name is Tree.
Tree. All right.
Hopefully, I'll find out my last name at some point. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be.
Papa told me, but I forgot, and then he died.
Papa don't preach. All right. No. Amy, are you there?
Amy, can you hear me?
Papa, can you hear me? No?
All right, Adam. It's just us then. Let's do. This game's for me now. I kicked them off.
I don't know what happened. Where are you all? Rejoin. Amy, you
what is
muted.
Yggdrasil?
That's a Cthulhu monster.
Oh.
Where you left us.
Oh.
You're whispering? What is that?
How do I do? What?
Why does that affect me? Oh, wow. How'd you do
that?
Wow, you just shut everyone down, Lauren.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, we were just like, I was still talking, and then everyone was just gone, and I'm like,
take people away now.
Did we break Adam, or now we're gone again?
Oh,
here we go again. I thought maybe we won. Like we broke Adam. We broke the game.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Do that?
I thought that would be like a way to message him on the down low. I didn't know.
I've never known that.
Let's not.
I've never hit whisper.
Oh, that's how. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay.
All right, Amy. How did you put your points out there?
Well, I'm reconsidering now. Okay, so at first I was thinking of being a shaman priest, but it sounds like Lauren is a shaman.
Everyone is a shaman. Ant-Man. Robert is. Is cleric.
Oh, I thought it was a.
Lauren's
okay.
a shaman, which are both priests.
Okay,
It's
so
all like an umbrella thing, and it sounds like we're going to be doing more of like role playing to define our characters more broadly than that.
Hi.
I want to be able to do like ranged spells type of thing.
Do you want to be arcane, or do you want to pull it from nature itself? Magic user or priest?
I'll do magic user.
Okay. So there's a couple things that everyone should also keep in mind now that you've already chosen your paths here. When the Witch King was in power from 10 years ago to 700 years ago preceding, men were not allowed to use magic. And so all of men who performed magic, whether nature or cosmic, had to do so in secret societies or be outright murdered. Unless you lived in Bressus, in which case the Witch Queen didn't have a lot of control there. Now that the Witch Queen has died for the past decade, women have been shunned from using magic. Not outlawed, but shunned. So if you're a woman and you use magic in cultures, you will be seen as a threat and an echo of the Witch Queen herself, who tried to dominate and destroy this land. So keep that in mind. But okay, so you want to use nature magic to do ranged spells?
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you distributing your points?
Okay, I need a redo. Let's see. So mental is
That's
my
going to be
main.
your cosmic, like spell casting, your arcane magic, like wizards. Nature is going to be spiritual.
How would you recommend I do it?
Well, I would try to distribute the points evenly, just as the base points. And so I'd put, you have to do one in each, and then maybe one in physical, one in spiritual. Depending on the race that you're in, the class, well, you already have your class. So depending on the race you're going to choose, because different races have different natural abilities, right? So you're going to be priest class of cleric, shaman, or missionary. So that's going to be a +1 spiritual. What race do you think you want to be?
Well, I wanted to be half elf, half human, but
And what nation did you want to come from?
what were the options again?
So Bressus is your civilized nation. It's sort of high society in medieval fantasy anyway. Caelia is the more primitive First Nations people. They were on this continent before anyone else. Like First Nations. And then the Locaston is the monstrous ones. They tried to take over the world, and they actually did really well for 700 years, actually. And then they were just recently, in the last decade, shut down.
Okay, which one was the more refined one?
Bressus.
Okay, that one.
Okay. Are both of your parents from there?
Sure.
Okay. So you get a +1 in physical for being a half-elf. So you should have at least 2 in physical, 1 in mental, and at least, I would say, 3 to 4 in spiritual, depending on how you spread it out.
Okay.
So you should have
That
a
sounds
total
good.
of 7 points. And then what would your name be?
Aelyn.
Aelyn? Okay. So you're a half-elf from Bressus. Your role is a cleric, though you use ranged magic, and you can sort of define that however you like in the moment when we get to some
Cleric?
sort of... Yeah, because that's the high civilized version of the priest name. Because you said you wanted to use nature magic, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought that was under magi.
No.
Okay.
So magi is wizard, sorcerer, or occultist. A priest is cleric, shaman, or missionary.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with being cleric. I just misunderstood.
It's okay. All right, so go ahead and put down any equipment that you want to use. Any weapon only has a 1 in damage bonus adjustment. So if you're going to add an equipment and you want like a mace or whatever, we can get into the gods and orders of magic and secret societies in future sessions. So let's not limit your backstory at this point. So anything that you imagine your character as wanting to wield to make them original and your own, go ahead and feel free to add that. And then we can incorporate it into any sort of secret society or organization at a later date.
Okay. I think I'd like to have a wand.
A wand?
Yeah, can I?
Do you harness nature magic through your wand?
Maybe like a tree branch looking wand
Like
or something.
Cylindria's wand from Willow?
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll be a 1 modifier to your spiritual. So under the drop down of physical, mental, or spiritual of the wand, go ahead and choose spiritual and put a 1 modifier next to it. All this goes into, you see a dice next to each of the names of whatever you put in there. If you put in wand, you see a little 6-sided die icon next to it. If you click that, it will roll your 3 to 6 and use the modifier for the weapon that you've chosen in the chat. And it'll give you default damage for it, and it'll do everything for you. So you don't have to do any math at all. It's all done for you. And
So
because I know most of you are going to have a 1 in mental. Just to make it easy.
Well, it's because we all have 1 in mental in real life.
In
We're
real
just trying to
life,
play to our
yeah.
strengths. So like if I put in like a chain shirt and then it's physical and then in the little box with the number, I would put a 1, right? Because I'm looking at the thing and that's a plus 1.
You'll never roll for chainmail. That'll just be something you'll have to remember when you're applying trauma.
Okay.
I apply trauma all the time, every day.
I just live with it.
Would it make sense to have plate armor?
Well, it's really just role playing. So
Okay.
it's however you want to move out through the world. Understanding that plate armor in the sun is probably going to heat up and cook you from the inside.
Mm.
You know, maybe it's not as realistic, but this is meant to be a stripped down story based game rather than a technical D&D game, and so the modifiers are minimal, the details are minimal. It's really how you present yourself in the details, you know? All right, so that is Amy. What do you hold on, Lauren, what did you look like? What does your character look like?
You're
Sorry, the mute thing is in a weird spot. The mute.
Mute.
The way to hear me and not is in a weird spot. I am a little white boy. I got I got freckles and like
Keep in mind,
kinda
you're from
long.
Caelia, so you're a primitive native-born person, indigenous.
I've got olive tone skin. I've got freckles, big brown eyes, curly hair that's like dark brown. I often am found playing in the mud and the dirt and the river, so I'm covered in mud and dirt and sticks. And I have a lot of plants and stuff around and bruises and yeah. What? What do you mean? I don't get it.
All right,
Yeah.
So, Amy, what did your character look like? You're unmuted.
Okay. I think silver hair, purple eyes,
Wow. Exotic.
tall, slender.
Okay, nice. All right, Gabriel, let's go to you. How did you put your ability score spread? We got 3 priests in this game.
Let's make it 4. Oh, just kidding. So
I mean, there
might
was some
need some
offline
muscle.
discussion. Well, there was some offline discussion about oops, all bards, but you know.
I would like to really quickly say a note for the audience. They said we're quiet.
Oh, really? Say something.
Test.
You're not quiet to me. Is it everyone that's quiet or just the players?
Audience, is it everyone is quiet? Someone said your mic has lowered massively in volume. And another person said there may be an issue on my end, but the audio dropped quite a bit.
I blame Robert.
I mean, that's
Finally,
fair.
not my fault.
It had to be
mic
not
is
my
low.
fault. Oh, Adam
I
is
wasn't
quiet.
late for the
Son of
audio.
a-
You can hear everyone else okay?
You don't need to hear me.
Your mic is low, Adam. Adam is quiet. Yeah.
I'm just the DM.
What?
This is going to be an ASMR campaign.
Test.
Hello and welcome to DireLands.
Thank
Today
you
we're
so
gonna
much for
be
joining us.
dragging our characters through glass and nails.
All right, let me bump up my mic really quick. You need to hear my dulcet tones. Oh, why did it go down to 71? I blame Microsoft Teams, you son of a bitch. All right. Thank you, Ticking Time Bomb Gaming. Time Bob Gaming. I appreciate you, man. It was a pain in the tuchus to put together. But it does work. It does work.
There you go. Sorta, he says.
It's sorted.
Sorted, not sorta. Sorted. Sorry, British
Sorta
people.
sorted.
Ugh, no.
British people.
Love you, Colin.
All right, I'm potting myself down just a little bit because everyone else is potted a little bit. Okay, hopefully that evens things out. That was 100% Robert's fault. Okay, so
Yep.
Gabriel, how did you distribute your abilities?
So I'm having major issues with trying to actually create the character. I could preview it, but I'm struggling to actually be able to.
Which character did you choose? Skagel?
Itish.
What?
What?
What was your character? Itish?
In the character
who's
in the
Skagel
character
Lix?
tab, it's Itish.
Well, it says you're in control.
But it's not letting me
Try to
mod.
refresh.
Okay, now that someone's actually paying attention, you want to actually. Okay. Okay.
All right,
I see how it is.
Try not to suck. Let's try that.
That's your son.
Damn it!
We're trying. That bar is too high for this group, Adam.
He said not suck?
Okay.
So what type of a character do you think you're going to put together?
So I'm going to be putting together a warrior swashbuckler.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be from Caelia?
I am.
Nice. Oh, no. Well, Swashbuckler, I mean, it can be pretty much from anywhere, but that's sort of the monstrous version of the warrior because of all the lace.
Ah.
Swashbuckler? No. It doesn't matter. There are good people in Locaston, so you can definitely be from Locaston. So that's not a problem. You're going to be a female?
I am.
And what race are you going to be?
Half elf, half orc.
Oh, so you're going to be an attractive female from Locaston. That's interesting because that might be why you're from Locaston, because orcs are certainly, part of the monstrous army that did dominate the world for 700 years. Is your mom accomplice in this sexual encounter? Was she a willing participant?
She was.
Gross. All right. Because she's half what? Human?
No, the mother's an orc and
Oh.
the father's an elf.
Ew.
I love that so much. That's hot, actually. I'm going to get
Wow.
details from you later.
Wow.
In
All right,
fact,
so
let me
you get
take you into the whisper room.
Okay, so you're going to be a half orc, half elf, half orc. Your mom was the orc. Your dad was the elf. You get a +1 in physical for it. What role? You said you want to be a warrior, so it's a +1 in physical. So how do your stats break down finally?
Considering how my character, she wants to go out, build a name, and gain renown so that legends and tales and songs could be sung,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to have strong physicality and pretty decent mindset. Spirituality is kind of, but That's fine.
Yeah, she doesn't believe that mumbo jumbo. It's all right.
She doesn't understand it, but she respects it.
Okay. Okay. So what's your physical score?
With all of it added up, it is going to be with a base of 2, with an additional of 1 from the race benefit, and then additional of 1 from the class?
Yep.
Question mark?
Yep.
So 4 physical, 2 mental, and 1 spiritual.
Nice. Okay. And what's your name?
It is Itish.
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 And your race is half elf, half orc. Your role is swashbuckler.
Schwash.
What do you look like?
I am going
This
to.
chat's getting dirty.
Oh no, I can't even see it.
Just tell me what you look like.
I am it.
She's a more olive green skin tone, black hair. How tall are half elves and orcs in this world?
As tall or short as you want him to be.
7'9".
Maybe not that tall.
12 foot.
8'11" and a half.
Yeah, don't go crazy. The half is moderate.
There are aberrations with height and weight genetics in general, so you just let me know what you look like.
Absolutely. I'd say a solid 5'11", 6 foot.
Okay. So you're a very tall female half elf orc swashbuckler. So you're all sitting around a campfire. It is nighttime. The fire is roaring. Who's doing the cooking?
Trebor probably, he could cook.
All right. So can you guys change your camera names to your character names by chance? Just to
Yes.
immerse us into this world a little bit more.
How do we do
if
that?
you go to
My name is Tree.
you go to the cog, and then under personalization and display, it'll say display name.
Oh, wait, what did I do? Hold up.
You're Itish. Aelyn, Trebor, and Lauren.
She's working on it.
All right, so
I'm
Aelyn is
real
watching Trebor make food, and she's like, you're kind of, you know.
Why are you cooking the squirrel? Because it tastes better cooked. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. This is the fight that we're having.
Storm clouds are massing overhead. The only light that you can see is emanating off of this fire. Itish, how big is this fire that you made?
It is going. Considering we're cooking, we're going to have it more of a Dutch oven style. Or no, fuck. Oh, my bad.
That's your one.
Darn!
Everybody gets one.
Darn! Just in case we can't say damn.
Yeah, no, that was the swashbuckler. That was him in character.
No.
Yarr!
Darn! Sorry, that's
But
Mike in the fire.
I can't remember the actual name of the fire type. No, but
Stofers?
no. It has 2 holes. The fire's in 1 hole. Wind blowing in
A dirty
specific
woman.
direction. I can't remember the
All right.
fire pit
Yeah, it's
name.
okay. It doesn't matter. So you got a small fire pit or a large fire pit?
Large fire pit.
Okay, so you've got this wonderfully crafted fire pit. Tree, you are looking around as Trebor and Aelyn are sort of cooking or judging the cooking, as it were. As you're looking around the campfire, you guys are in the mountains. Yeah, if everyone wants to sort of look at the map here, I actually have you set up here, a little ping here. You're the little tent, you're the party. That's you, Party Hardy Marty. So you're in this mountain range, the karst range, the southern tip, and you're actually in Locaston territory. passing over this way was a dangerous gamut. One decade ago, the entire Locaston military might was decimated by Bressus. And so maybe
10%?
What?
Sorry, I'm just being a turd. Go ahead.
All right.
I'm
Like I
sorry.
have a monologue prepared or anything.
I know. As soon as I started talking, I felt bad. I don't have a filter. I love you. I'm gonna turn off my
So
thing.
you know that this is a dangerous possible route to take, but it was the fastest route to get to Cahutehe in order to help this tribe out with their call. How much of you know anything about the Cahutehe tribe? How about you give me a mental check, each of you, please.
We
So
just rolled
next
a
to your
mental
mental
dice.
attribute, you just click the little dice icon. All right.
Oh, well.
How?
12, 16, 16, 13. All right, so everyone but Aelyn. Low end of the totem pole here. Everyone else, you know that the Cahutehe tribe is a nomadic, primitive tribe. They are part of the Caelia unification group that meets at Yurthake annually to sort of talk about how they're going to work with Bressus or not, or act against Locaston or not. It's sort of a loose conglomerate of tribal members. In any case, the Cahutehe tribe, they're cannibals, they are slavers, they sell directly to Locaston, and they really don't care about anyone else in Caelia. They're their own sort of entity, horse lords, as it were. But it's a huge gamble. Either you go to help them and you are successful, or you are not, and you are either enslaved or consumed. And so this is a very dangerous gambit that you're answering, and it's probably the reason why no one else has answered this call that you know of as of yet. So as you're looking at the map, each of these hexes is 30 miles. It'll take about 18 miles a day of travel. Through the mountains, it's probably closer to 10 to 12 miles if you're doing a full day of travel. So it's going to take you, a good week and a half or a week to get anywhere close to where Cahutehe is supposed to be. But again, because it's a wandering tribe, a nomadic tribe, you never really know where their encampment's going to be set up. You really only know where it was last set up, according to previous mentions. So you're in these mountains. The storm clouds are gathering. You're seeing lightning crackle in the distance. You're not hearing any thunder, but the shadows in this mountain range are just looming over everything. The massive fire that Itish has put together is reflecting dramatic shadows back against the rock walls. And the open sky, you're seeing bats flitter by, some other sort of large objects underneath the cloud-covered sky. You don't see any of the moons, and it's just sort of dampened down. Now, there's two good things about it being overcast. It's going to be a slightly warmer night, but it also means that it could potentially be a downpour if the weather turns, in which case you guys are going to be exposed to the elements, completely soaked, and hopefully you don't run across any wandering spy groups or bands of monsters or anything else. So, Tree, can I get a mental check from you, please?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
13.
Nice. So you're looking around, and it really looks like everything is pretty quiet. You hear a little bit of scurrying and screeching from animals that just happen to live in this area, whether it's going to be lizards crawling around rocks and the small amounts of brush that are this high up in the mountain range, or it's going to be bats flittering overhead and attacking. You swear in the distance you hear the hoot of an owl, but this is really out of place for an owl, so you're not sure if it's a signal of sorts or if it is in fact an owl. Having grown up in Caelia, you are very familiar with nature and its myriad of expressions through the animal kingdom, but that one throws you off a little bit.
So the nature sounds wrong. Nature sounds wrong. Don't
the
like
fact that you
that.
heard an owl is a little bit out of place.
Yeah. Do I see any like pellets on the ground that might say, hey, a random owl does live here actually?
No, you don't.
Alrighty, I am going to go up to Itish, is that how you say it? Itish?
It is.
And I'm gonna start like tugging on your sleeve. Hey,
So
I
this
heard
is a good time before you start having a conversation. Tree, what's your impression of Itish? This is a woman from Locaston, half orc, half elf. This is the nation that dominated the world through brute strength and enslavement and the subjugation of races for 700 years. How do you feel about him being in this group of yours?
For those curious on what my character looks like, you can look at the character icon. I added it.
Oh, where? How do I do that?
Oh,
Oh,
adorable.
look at you. Yeah, fine, good. I don't necessarily think just because people are ugly doesn't mean that they're bad or anything. So
Okay.
I think she's fine as long as she's nice to me and she doesn't step on my bugs.
Right. And Itish, how do you feel about Caelia, this First Nations primitive female shaman? In past, just a decade ago, she probably would have been subjugated and enslaved immediately just for being a shaman and for being a primitive that should be controlled by your nation. How do you feel about her?
What?
Kaylee and
That
Locaston
is-
were at different odds. We're at odds. So how do you feel about
She's
it?
She's adorable. She's a little tiny.
I'm a little tiny.
She's adorable.
Are you Southern?
I don't know.
It's
I'm still
canon
debating on the
now.
South Carolina.
You've done it. You've done it. Now you're from South Carolina, my sweetheart. I am so
She's
excited
the
to have you.
belle of
She's
the
adorable.
Now you
ball.
can make me some
Adorable.
gumbo, darling.
She's an adorable
Aw.
little thing.
Bless your heart, sugar.
Well, kiss my grits. Tree, what'd you say to Itish?
Jeez, that threw me off for some reason. I think it was the kiss my grits part. I was trying to figure out. No. I heard an owl. I heard a fake owl, and as we all know, the government controls birds. No,
It's true.
I
Confirmed.
say there's an owl out there that I don't trust, and I'm going to go really quick to ask any like bugs or birds I can find that maybe if they've seen an owl before, if they think this is weird and they're scared. Will you come to the forest edge with me really quick?
Of course.
Thank you.
Okay, so Aelyn and Trebor, you see the Tree and Itish start to wander away as you're cooking their meal. What do you do?
Ask what's going on.
Oh, I heard an owl that doesn't sound real. So I'm gonna go ask the birds and the bugs if they heard anything recently. You wanna come?
Trebor turns to Aelyn and he's like, "Aren't all owls real? I don't understand this. This makes no sense." And he just goes back to
Oh.
cooking.
I'll go with.
It's okay, darling. I'll
Dang.
make sure she stays safe.
Alright.
I'm
Thank
curious.
you.
So Tree, Aelyn, and Itish go wandering off into the darkness of the night. There's not even moonlight to show you the way. Those of you who are half races, you have a little bit of improvision, so you can sort of see your way a little bit better than the humans among you. In any case, it's dark, it's not black. So you can, your eyes adjust once you get away from the fire, and you can kind of make your way. Where are you trying to go, Tree?
I just wanted to go to the edge of the woods, not very far, just to the forest edge where I can
So keep
I
in
can
mind you're
pick
in
up
the
a rock.
mountains, so there's no forest. There's, you know, scrub trees and scrub oak every once in a while, but there's no active forest or anything.
Is there like tundra plants?
Yeah, it's
Kind of thing?
you know, that's where you'd find your scrub oak or your sage. Is
Yeah,
probably
okay.
gonna be up there.
But like, is there like a mossy layer? Like
Sure.
of
Yeah.
sweet. I'm gonna stick my face underneath it. Fun fact about moss: you can pull it up in like little strips, like a rug, and like put it in aquariums, or do other things, not just aquariums. So I'm gonna do that, and then with one hand, kind of like create a space between, and then crawl inside. And actually, I'm gonna see if the trees know anything, since I'm right here next to their roots, and I'm just gonna talk to them real quick.
All right. So as Lauren is crawling under the moss layer, Aelyn and Itish, what are you doing? Good to know. All right. So you're standing there just shocked that she's crawling under the moss. What are you going to do? Are you going to try to tap into the forces of nature, Tree, or how are you communing?
My name is Tree. Of course, the trees and I are friends. Yeah, I go down there, and I just kind of like spread out real big, and I go, "Hey guys, what's up? It's your friend Lauren, and today on today's video, we're going to." No,
You're a YouTuber now.
I'm a YouTuber now. I was just wondering if that owl was real. I'm wondering if you guys can ask real quick your other tree friends that you can talk to through the roots, which is something that scientists may think is actually possible in real life. And do you think you can ask if that owl was a real owl?
So you tap
Thanks.
into the forces of nature itself, and you just let yourself go. The power of the gravity of the planet itself starts to flow into you, and you just start speaking out to all the creatures that are connected to the land. Give me a spiritual check, please. So we're going to have this being a modifier of 1. So you got an 11 with the modifier.
No kidding.
You connect with the sort of life force itself, and you feel a response come back to you, almost vibrating through your entire being, through your spirit itself. And you hear this sort of hum emanate and almost deafen you as the answers are shouting through, almost like static in a radio. And it's like a poltergeist, the static of the TV, and you, that sort of like almost haunting echo sound of the earth responding to you in kind. And it's telling you, yes, there are interlopers closing in. You were warned.
All right, so I asked if it was a real bird, and it said, yes, there are interlopers. So yes, it was a real bird, and they are coming for us.
You were clearly warned.
And we were warned about the birds.
About the interlopers. So whatever that bird was, that sound, it was clearly a warning to you.
Oh, so the bird was trying to warn us.
Yeah, whatever it was.
All right, guys, there are.
So you pop your head out of the moss?
Oh, yeah.
Is that normally how you talk?
We need to hide. I might do it down here. Well, there's people coming. We don't necessarily need to hide. But there's people around. And I don't know what interlopers means, but it sounds bad.
So remember, you guys are new to each other. You're clearly going to answer the same call, but you don't have a history. So how do you guys react to this?
I'm just widowed.
Hide? Just to be safe?
Don, how certain are you sure of this one?
How certain? I mean, I trust trees more than I trust people. I'm gonna go back down into the moss. You guys
That's
can
fair.
come if you can.
No nature has done me wrong. Lots of people have.
Yeah, people suck. Let's go.
Okay, so she's like scooting back underneath the moss. Aelyn and Itish, what are you gonna do?
I'm a boy.
Tree is scooting back into the moss.
Thank you.
Aelyn and Itish, what are you gonna do?
Is Trebor still?
He's cooking. He's focused.
Oh,
on
he's
feeding you
he's
people.
back on the fire. He's like
Oh, Trigger.
mostly mumbling to himself about, because all the information that he has about this place they're going to, it's all out of books. So it's everything that he's read, which is, you know, why he's rolled us so high. He's just like muttering to himself. He's like, and they go from place to place, and we're gonna find them because I know we're gonna get there. And like he's just excited to be out adventuring in the world. Like he never thought he would leave, you know, the monastery or like, you know, where he was at. He wasn't gonna ever leave church. He was just there forever. And so he's just like excited to be out in the world and has no clue that there's anything bad that is possibly going to happen. So he's just cooking.
Your name should be Traeger. Like a smoker.
That's
Like, yeah.
his mom had a speech impediment.
It was on the birth certificate. It does say Traeger, but it says Trebor because mom had a speech impediment. I like that. We're getting into some really great backstory. I appreciate it.
Since my
So Itish, what's your plan?
since Itish has yet to obtain the names of her fellow companions, she's going to be, "Hey, sweetheart!" shouting over to Trevor or Trebor, Traeger, over by the fire pit. "Don't know how reliable it is, but our little friend over here says there may be danger coming by."
Danger?
Never heard you do a girl
that-
accent before. It's very interesting.
I
Is
thought
that
we
what you
were
think
going to
girls
eat
sound like?
dinner.
I'm trying my best, okay? I'm
I
at
love
least
it.
trying.
You're doing great.
I'm entertained.
What do you? Does that? But dinner's almost done. And where did Tree even go?
Tree is currently, as I turn
Planted.
around, point straight at the bush. I saw a tree go under. I saw a tree go underneath that bush, Dom.
Not a bush.
So
I am
is
under
he-
the grass.
I'm still
Does that
hiding.
mean that he's not hungry and there's more? Never mind. It's fine. Like
What? You hear the grass gasp.
Moss.
The moss is talking.
Okay, like, is this imminent or can we eat first?
You guys are the worst.
It's minute.
It's limited.
Fine. I am
It's
going
limited.
to like pop something in my mouth because I'm hungry, and I'll make my way over to Itish and be like,
So it's super hot in your mouth, and you're just like, you're like flipping it around so it doesn't burn one moment part of your tongue or the other.
"Oh, that's too hot. No, it's
But
too
it tastes
hot.
great.
Tastes good." Yeah, he's trying to eat it as he makes his way over to Itish. Be like, "Okay, where are we? Are we hiding somewhere?" Like,
Meanwhile, the smoking campfire with food is just like going.
Itish
Yep,
is going
100%.
God,
to
this is just like
kick
the
dirt
battle
into
of
the
1800.
going to move the food off to the side, but kick dirt into the fire.
So you're gonna go
oh,
back to the camp.
that's a good idea. How far away is the camp? That was my question. As these guys had gone off to the woods, like how far away?
I mean, Tree, how far did you lead them off?
I'd imagine it wouldn't be more than maybe 15 feet, give or take.
I don't know.
Not very far. I didn't need to go far to get to a good like bubble.
Okay. No, that's a good idea. He'll go and he'll try to help kick the fire. Like he 100% is going to default to what the group does because he doesn't know how to be out in here. Like he's never been outside of, you know, where he's from, and so this is all like she's kicking the fire. He's like, oh, I guess we put dirt on the fire. I don't know what that's going to do. Oh, the fire's going out. Why are we putting dirt on the fire?
And it's definitely getting the food and
I said I moved the food off to the
Okay.
side.
right. But if you're kicking dirt, I mean,
I'm not going to kick it into the path
Are
of the
you
food.
precision kicking here?
I am.
Oh, really?
Give
Give me
it-
a strength roll.
I'm-
Make an
Strength roll?
attack roll for kicking
Let's
dirt.
find out how precise your kicking is, Itish.
I will make this precise.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Okay.
You are a professional
Holy
dirt
balls,
kicker.
that is yeah.
Fear my dirt kicking, Dad.
How do you fare with rocks? Never mind. Like let's just
We'll find out later.
we'll find out later. Yeah. So okay, yeah, don't find it. Let's go.
So, Aelyn, where are you hiding?
Obviously, we all
I'm-
hide in the dirt. Oh, sorry.
Bushes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Is-
kind of. I have skill kind of blending in too, though.
Oh, really? Give me
Yeah.
a spiritual check.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I forgot how to.
You just click the six-sided dice next to the spiritual.
I'm trying to get back to my character.
Gah!
Okay.
Always be open. 14, okay. 2 6s. Yeah, you are very good at hiding. You find the perfect scrub oak, and you're just like, yeah, nope, that one's better. You just move over and just sort of blend in behind it.
I became one with it.
Absolutely. You're communing with this tree, the scrub oak. You know no one is seeing you. Itish and Trebor, you're coming back and you don't see anyone. You're like, wait, is this the right spot?
I
I'm pretty
look
sure a tree
for
went underneath that little shrub bush
This-
thing right
This
there.
moss
That's not
lump
very-
right here.
that's not very tree-like, but okay. No, tree's a good idea, and so I'm going to look for a tree in very much like Bugs Bunny Elmer Fudd style, and just try to like step behind the tree. And I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work. But like that's his version of mine. He's like, I got this, and just like behind the tree.
That tracks. All right.
You did exactly what I was going to do too.
Give me a spiritual
Great
check.
minds. Okay, spiritual check it is. We'll see if the gods are like, yeah, you can do this. Nope. Oh no. Go ahead and explain that one.
Huh. Well, it's like you know,
I'm the Bugs Bunny. I'm the Bugs Bunny. We're gonna see if Itish can be Elmer Fudd. Okay, that's how this is gonna roll.
that would
I
make
step
mine.
behind the tree.
2 6s. Yeah, that's really good. I mean, this is very much a Sesame Street situation. You ran behind the tree and disappeared.
I've been teaching him.
Itish, what are you doing?
I'm going to follow his lead and go behind the widest trunk I could find, and
What oak do you people think is up here? All right. Give me a spiritual roll.
At least 2.
tee.
All right, you find something. You're doing your best.
Just
As you get behind
just-
it,
just-
you are all, as far as you're aware, completely concealed. And that's when the sound starts approaching. You're seeing the lightning striking in the distance in the north. You just assume this is the evil of Locaston. Like, this is just how it is in these mountains. But then this sort of like thud of massive weight footsteps come tromping up from a lower altitude up to your elevation. And you start to see this head in the darkness even popping up with each footstep and dropping back down as it's moving. Unattractive, massively sort of twisted features, ogre. You can't really tell skin tones, but it looks dark and stained. Comes lumbering up. You hear this. And as he comes up across the ridgeline to your viewpoint, you can see he's carrying this massive spiked club that's dragging on the ground. And he's sort of muttering to himself, "Right, every day, the rest of the same, don't forget. I gotta scan this damn mountain range and there's nothing here. It won't even rain! Why don't you rain?" And waves this massive club around. And as he's waving around, you actually feel the force of the wind coming at you. The strength behind it is so great that it actually bends the tree as if a gust of wind hit it. The weight, the gravity of this creature is immense compared to all of you as it lumbers up. Just you see boils as details start to come out as it gets closer and closer. Still completely dark. You see a scar across the side of its face. Itish, give me a mental roll, please.
Mental. Where did my... There it is. It was hiding.
A 14. With a 6, with your background being from Locaston, you immediately recognize this symbol. This is a scout from the Gaelix. The Gaelix are the military force the Witch Queen put together to sort of subjugate the known world. The Gaelix are still a remnant force, though they're not, this overt military presence that's trying to overtake land anymore. After the Witch Queen's death a decade ago, they sort of split up and are doing their best to maintain their own borders. This is clearly some sort of scout, and that marks them as a member of the Gaelix. So you know this is a bad guy. So he's slowly lumbering forward, and he gets up to this lump in the moss. Good lump. Good for my hemorrhoid. And he sits down. And Tree, give me a strength check, a physical check, as this massive weight crushes down on top of you.
Oh, little tree. I'm a tree.
You're a moss lump.
Ouch,
7,
God.
so you can't help but let out a squeal of just pain.
You're his newest hemorrhoid.
As this massive creature sits down, he's like, I didn't say nothing. Must say something. My lump is speaking. And he stands up again and he turns around and he takes his massive club and prods the lump. What do you do?
I reach out to the trees with my mind, and because I can talk to them, but that's more like for other people's benefits, more of a vibes thing. And I ask them for help because trees are pretty much all trees ever had since Papa died. And
so keep in mind that the trees are very sparse. They're scrub oak and they're very, they're sparse. They're just sort of set
trees
about.
have friends. Maybe the trees can ask a bird or a bear or that owl.
The more people you're trying to talk to, the larger the modifier is going to be. So are you trying to hyper focus on one tree? Or are you trying to reach broad out to the general area?
If there was
which would be
only
much
4
greater?
trees in this area, could I have figured out which tree that owl came from earlier?
You didn't see any owl. You just heard a sound.
I just heard the sound. Okay. Would I know what kind of animals are in the area?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
an owl.
generally, it's a mountain, so
There's
you're
an
gonna
owl.
You all have not seen any active animal life other than like snakes and lizards and stuff like just regular sort of high mountain type creatures. You haven't seen any like herd animals or anything like that. No goats.
All
or
right.
anything.
I got an idea then. It's going to be a little
Darn, no mountain
controversial.
goats?
There might be. We can talk to them later. I'm going to reach out to the mountain itself and dig my hands into the stone, like pressing my fingers really hard and say, please, please, please don't let him hurt me.
What's your intended goal of this?
I kind of want him to fall away from me on a rock slide or something like that.
Okay, so that's going to be a huge ask. We're going to add a modifier of...
I'm basically asking God. Mountains are, they're mountains.
Right. You're looking at a challenging action. This is going to be 6. You're looking at, you're going to need... you're going to get pretty high. Go ahead and give me spirit check.
We're gonna do it. Everybody roll on my dice.
So a 10, you got a 1 in spirit. So you don't feel
Yeah.
any answer from the mountain itself at all. And it immediately just sort of vibes, like goes away. And in the process of that, you actually almost hear this like sound emanate from the moss itself, which draws the attention of this massive ogre. So
Did I just get laughed at by the moss?
you rolled a 1 in strength.
Tree is sad.
So let's go
Tree is
ahead and get
okay
some
if we
initiative
get stepped
going.
on.
How this works is your initiative is based on the ability that you're going to use. So Tree, go ahead and mark off 2 of your spirit, add 2 spirit trauma for the previous spell and then this spell. And then let me know, Tree, what your plan is moving forward here.
Well, I guess if the moss is gonna laugh at me,
Dad, your voice is low, according to YouTube chat.
All right, sorry about that.
so I remember when I was hanging out with all my friends' aunts, and we were talking about their shells, and they taught me a spell that actually acts like armor. I don't have armor, like physically, but I have this spell called Ant Shell that I just made up, and I am going to cast that on myself.
Okay, what's your spiritual score?
4.
Okay, so that's your initiative. Aelyn, what's your plan?
I'd want to. So I see what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it'd be my instinct to try to help. I just not quite sure what I have available to help.
Well, you have all of your skills that you've garnered in life up to until now. You have your wand. What do you do?
Oh, maybe I can use my wand to make a noise off in the distance, or to try to get it to move.
Interesting. Okay. So that's what's your spiritual score?
It's 4.
4. Make sure you're letting me know. Subtract your trauma if you have any trauma from your current score. So Tree, is your score 4? Because you cast 2 spells, which gives you 2 trauma.
Oh, okay.
So you're at 2?
See. I'm at 2 then, yes.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
And Itish, what are you going to do? What's your plan?
Do I know that Aelyn's going to be doing that or no?
Should I
no
roll?
idea. No, I need to know what you guys are doing so I can set up initiative, and then once initiative hits, you'll do what you're going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to hold my attack action for if I see the scout about to attack or going to attack, I'm going to immediately attack them.
Okay, so you're hiding right now. You're nowhere near this creature. So if you want to, it's like it is clearly aggressive. So if you hold to attack, you're going to just go after its physical score.
Okay. With my character's life knowledge.
This is from the country that you're from, too. You know these are brutal creatures.
Okay, if Itish knows that, she's going to immediately act and attack it.
Okay, what's your physical?
4.
Nice. And Trebor, what's your plan here?
Okay, I think Trebor not ever having seen an ogre, might have read about them in a book somewhere, has no idea like how aggressive it is. Again, just excited to be here and seeing all of this stuff out in the world. He's adventuring. This is amazing. He is going to step out and try to engage it in conversation and try to see if he can lure it back, offer it some food, maybe. Who knows?
Wow. All right. So you're going to use your mental. What's your mental?
My mental's a big old 2.
Awesome. Okay. Let me sort this and we'll see who's going.
Hey, I'm here for the bad life choices.
I hear
Okay.
All right, Itish, you know this ogre is going to be crushing this hemorrhoid moss lump. You're ready to attack. What do? You run out to attack?
I'm going to. Well, I can't really see the combat map. I just see the
There
over
is
map.
no combat. This is theater of the mind.
Ooh, lovely! It's been a while since I've had one of those. But
A mind?
huh?
A theater?
Yeah, he dropped it earlier. Couldn't find it for a while.
Yeah. Drop.
All right, so what are you going to do?
It kind of got lost in the ball bearings. But Itish is going to run out. While running out, she's going to whip out her flail and just crack him across the body.
You burst out from her breast, start charging toward him, bring your flail out to shoulder height, ready to swing it into his face. Give me a physical roll. He's going to roll physical to try to get out of it. With your 17, you caught him completely by surprise. He rolled a 1 in physical, and you smash into it with the spiritual of a 6. You're tapping into the earth. You're feeling your feet landing, propelling you with velocity as you crush into him. The damage is 0. Why is your flail damage 0?
I don't know. I don't know how to change
4
that or
plus
fix that.
0 is plus 1. What did you put anything on your flail? Let me look at your character sheet. Oh, you put +1. Just put a number. Don't add a modifier. If it's 1, just put 1. Don't put a plus.
Okay, you want me to re-roll that?
No, we don't have to because it's all based on your current physical stat plus the 1. So what's your physical? 4?
So a total of 5.
So you did 5 damage. Anytime you're doing a contested check, they roll against you. Whoever gets higher, of course, is successful. And the damage done is shown at the bottom of the roll. In this particular case, it would have been 4, because his physical stat is... wait, what is your physical stat again? 4.
4.
So it would have been 5. So 4 plus 1 for the damage is 5. You have to get over their physical. So any physical that they have subtracts the damage from that. They have a 3 physical because it's a massive ogre. So you do 2 trauma to this ogre, smashing it across the face. Teeth fly off in the darkness, which you don't quite see with the blood and spittle. And this large, what the hell? Just echoes across the mountaintops, almost coinciding with a lightning strike in the distance as if he was the thunder, or your strike was the thunder itself. Aelyn, you're up.
Ride the lightning!
Okay, so what do I do?
So you were going to do a sound off in the distance to lure away the ogre that has just now been smashed in the face, which is probably not going to work very well, but... So give me a spiritual roll. How intense of a sound are you trying to make it?
Does the intensity change the points or anything?
It's going to increase the effect and the difficulty.
Okay. Well, I want it to be loud enough to definitely get its attention and to startle it, but just to that point.
So you think like a +2 or +3? The highest you can go is a +4.
Okay, then +2.
Okay, so that's going to add 3 difficulty to it. So go ahead and give me a spiritual check. I'll subtract 3 from your final roll.
Okay.
In order to scare it away mid-combat, it's going to be a challenging action.
Okay.
So 5, you call out, you whip out your wand, you create this sound, and across the screaming of the pain of the ogre, it actually doesn't hear anything that you just said. The sound sort of like breaks off in the distance, but you just got too low of a roll to have a successful effect.
Okay.
The ogre is going to look up at you, Itish, wipe away the blood with one hand, and with his other bring the massive club swirling around. You are a traitor to your kind, half-ogre! And try to just smack you right across the face. Give me a physical roll. 8 out of
Okay.
10. Only a 1 in physical. So you got a 1 in mental. It's freaked you out as you duck down just in time for this massive spiked club to whoosh right over your head. Trebor, you're up. What were you doing? You're going to walk out and say, hey, how's it going? You're muted.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He's gonna walk out and try to like offer this thing food because he heard it grumbling and complaining. There's nothing to eat. There's no rain here. There's no, and he's gonna be like, "Hi, friend. Oh my gosh!" As he watches like this flail come across and like smack this thing, and he's like, "I'm so sorry. Are you hungry?"
Give me a mental check.
Yeah, that tracks for what I've just witnessed. So he's like. Because he's just, yeah, I mean, that's where he's at. He's like, oh no, we can make a new friend, and then that is not how this is going.
He sort of stumbles a little bit after the swing and a miss that he just had of it. He's like, I can eat. As a response,
I have some squirrel.
Squirrel. Tree, you're up. You were tapping into the earth itself.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
and then
what were you
no, I put on my bug armor. I'm gonna.
Yeah. So how much of a defense are you gonna have this add to you?
I don't know what the scale is.
It's
so
really 1 to 4.
Oh,
4 being like the most challenging, because that adds a 9
well, I said
difficulty.
4. Oh. So if ants are pretty tough, you can hit an ant with a shoe and it's still like squirming around and stuff like that. So if we were to make that big, I would argue a 3, but I'll give you a 2 because I don't want to be a turd.
Okay. So you want a 2 armor class bonus, which is a 3 difficulty. So go ahead and give me a spiritual roll. This is going to be moderate.
Jesus, let this roll go well. That's spiritual enough for you?
Yeah, I did. That was
Okay, great. Now I'll roll the dice.
That's helpful.
I can't see it. Hold on.
How is that
Wait.
possible?
What? Oh my!
Don't look!
So you
How is
just
negative
lack
2?
total confidence. Well, you
'Cause
have
of
a
your
minus 2 in
trauma.
your spiritual due to the trauma.
That's not math.
2, 4, 6. That should be 8.
How do I fail putting
2,
on
4,
armor?
6, 5,
Negative
4.
2.
There's a -2.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, so you fail because of your lack of concentration, your fear of the situation. You hear the combat already happening outside of the moss like bedroll that you've made in yourself, and you just couldn't tap into your concentration. Add 1 more trauma to your spirit for trying. Aelyn, make sure you add a trauma to your spirit for your spell. And we are on to Itish. So we're back at the top.
If I die because somebody hurt my feelings and stepped on me, I'm going to be so mad.
It just means you're dispirited. That's all. It doesn't mean you die. 2 of your abilities have to go
Vicious
to 0
Mocker
to die.
is alive and well in this game.
So if they mock you and, make you feel dumb, then you could die. But that's this game. All right, so Itish, what is your plan for this turn? The ogre is going to attack again. That's his plan. He only has a 1.
I'm going to use my flail, swing it so that the chain wraps around his leg, and I'm going to yoink him off his feet so that he's prone.
Pretty challenging, but okay. You can use your physical. What's your physical right now? 4?
It is still 4.
All right, Aelyn, what's your plan?
Oh, wait, I didn't even add my flail roll.
Well, you're not rolling anything. That's just your plan. I'm trying to figure out initiative right now. It's just your stats for the initiative. So, Aelyn, what's your plan?
don't know.
Gotta think on your feet. What you got?
If I try to like throw my voice or something, would that be a spell or?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise it's just you talking.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to do what I was gonna do before and hope it goes better this time.
Okay. You know it wasn't affected the first time, and you can guess it was because you were not grounded, with the power of the earth, and you weren't connected to nature itself, or the fact that they were engaged in combat and he wasn't paying attention to anything but the flail meeting his face. That is a pretty big deterrent to paying attention to anything else.
Okay, I can't think of anything else to do, so.
Okay. I mean, you could attack him. You could have, use your nature magic to have rocks come up underneath him as Itish is trying to trip him with his flail.
Ow.
You could try to have lightning come down and strike him. Admittedly, that would be very difficult. You could have a gust of wind try to push him down. You could have insects swarm around him and start attacking him and distracting him. I mean, there's, your imagination's the limit.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what flying creature would be native
Insects
to
are
the area.
everywhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna have insects. I'm gonna try to have insects
Swarm.
attack. Yes, like swarm his head and block his vision and try to.
So do you want it as just a distraction, or do you want it to do actual harm?
Both.
Okay, so that's going to up the difficulty of this. So I'm going to say
Well,
we're
I
looking
mean,
at 2.
If it does harm, I imagine that would be a distraction. So I guess I could just say harm.
Okay,
So.
and harm, do you want to do like 1 damage with it, or 2 damage, or 3 or 4?
I think I have a better chance if I just do 1.
Okay.
But hopefully it'll still be a distraction. So
Yeah. Okay. All right, so what's your spiritual score?
3 out of 4 right now.
Okay. Trebor, what's your plan?
All right. So, and this is I know what my plan is, but I'm trying to decide which god I would be a cleric to, and maybe we can discuss that later. Sort of not in the middle of this. I think what he wants to do is he is going to call on the power of the gods, and in very much a exorcist moment, like kind of the power of Christ compels you. He's just going to call out to the gods and ask the ogre to like freeze in place, like to just hold still to try to let something else happen. He realizes that trying to feed this thing when we've got our half ogre over here like smacking him with her pretty bows, that he's not just gonna like back down. So he's gonna try to call upon the gods to compel this creature to stop moving and hopefully let us escape or do something.
So this is kind of like an hold person equivalent, or?
Yeah, something like that, a hold person, or like a command.
Okay.
Kind of.
I'm gonna give that a 2,
that kind of a
so
flavor.
You got a 3 difficulty on that. So Tree, what's your plan?
Tree is not feeling super great right now.
He's
Tree's
just a little
embarrassed. Okay. Tree is out of the best things they're good at. Is Tree still right underneath
Under the
his
moss?
foot?
Yeah. No, he's not.
No, am I? Oh. I want to crawl away.
Okay.
Slow, like hiding, yeah, he's big dumb idiot. He's not looking at the moss like, oh, I don't know when moss moves and doesn't move and when it's bad for me, like idiot.
Okay, I really like your character portrait. It's very.
Oh, that's Tree.
Very Van Gogh. All right.
Don't worry, I'm making everyone
what's
one.
your physical for sneaking away score?
3.
Okay. All right, so we've got Itish up first. You give me your flail check against his physical check. of 7. 15! You wrap the chain around his ankle, yank back. He just and falls back on the ground. The ground shakes a little bit in the process. The damage is 5. 4. He drops down, and he is completely just physically out of it at this moment. All right, Tree. You're up. You're sneaking out.
Let's draw PP lands on his forehead.
Oh, boy.
That's not this land.
Oh, boy.
That is not even this campaign setting. You can't do that.
A
You can't just
whole
import it
different world.
from your last character sheet,
Whole
okay?
new
Quickly
world.
skin him and make
Like
jerky.
I had it in my last character sheet. I imported it into this game. No, that doesn't work. It's not backwards compatible.
All right, Tree, give me a physical roll as you're crawling through the moss.
He died.
No, he just fell on the ground. You still have to do your turn.
Oh, he's on my level.
You don't know. You're in the moss.
I know everything. I'm in the moss. Nope. I mean, I crawl.
You're fighting roots. And this moss is really attached to the ground for some reason. You're just like, what is happening? Like, open for me. You've always opened for me before.
Eh.
All right, Trebor. What were you doing?
Trebor is going to step out, and as he sees this thing, he's going to reach out to his insert god here later, and call upon that spiritual power and be like, "Stop attacking us! Stay still."
Give me a spiritual check. Oh wow! So that was I think I said a 2, right?
I think he said a 3.
I said a 3.
Yeah.
That's worse. So you call out, it's not paying attention to you at all, and you're just standing there feeling really kind of foolish with that one mental roll, looking around to see if people are looking at you, and Itish sort of gives you a side glance, like, what? I just knocked them down. What are you doing? All right, Aelyn.
Oh, I am 100%. I intend on being the weak link in this party. Don't you worry.
All right, do your insect swarm. So give me a spiritual roll. You're rolling against him. Oh, wow. You rolled a 6. He's got a 17. You've got an 8. You feel a little bit dispirited by this fact. And as you call out, the magic sort of fails you inside of yourself, but you do see insects start to buzz around. They're just buzzing around Itish's head. All right, the ogre is just laying on the ground. Rat, let me go. Give me the rat.
Hello, his
leave.
name?
He's just laying on the ground, looking up at Itish. So he's not able to combat at all. So let's just role play the rest of this out.
Did he say, "Give me the rat"?
Yeah, you said there's a squirrel.
Yeah. Okay. So I in hearing that, Trebor like books it back over to the fire, where like nearish the fire, where Itish totally expertly kicked dirt on it, but not on the food. And he's like, "Squirrel, squirrel, that's a potato. Squirrel." And he like takes the squirrel that he's got, and he runs over, and he's like, "Here you go."
He's like, hand shaking, reaches up. Thank you, you kind half-elf.
Yeah,
Pops
buddy.
in
What's
his
your
mouth.
name? I'm Trebor.
This is really good.
Thank you. I worked really hard on it.
Do you have more?
Yeah. Hold on. And he goes back.
Rob would like more.
Scrub. Your name is Scrub. Okay. He goes back and brings back like what half of.
So while
whatever's
he's
left.
giving
He
you
doesn't
guys'
wanna-
dinner away to this ogre, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm just. Itish is just going to look at this scene, astonished. Like, they are known for brutality. They're known for
He's just
aggressive
hungry.
nature.
Speechless.
And I just knocked some of his teeth out and swept him onto his ass.
You can chew without
And
the
I
teeth. Use your back first.
Don, what?
Alright,
Don,
so,
what are you
you
doing?
get them.
Like,
Tree is hiding.
I'm
doesn't wanna
I'm
come
just
out.
going to Itish is just going to stop and observe this fascinating, unique scene.
What the hell?
Same.
Trebor, like I said, Trebor's never been out of the monastery. Like, this was their, like, who wants to go on an adventure, and his hand was up first. Didn't even know where they were going or what they were really doing. They were just like, who wants to go? And his hand shot up. He's just excited to be here. And he's met a real ogre for the first time. He's just, like, elated, like a kid in a candy store. He thinks this is the best thing ever.
So, Aelyn, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at, observe. Yeah, just in case it's too good to be true.
You're like,
Because
waving
we
your
have,
wand at it a little bit. Be careful.
yeah, I'm just gonna hold and observe.
All right, and Tree, you're just hanging under the moss. What are you doing?
Crying. Thank you for asking.
Nothing has gone well. Ever since this
Nothing has
moss-
gone well.
Okay. So as you're giving, how much of your guys' food are you giving this ogre?
Because he's big, so like Trebor is going to give roughly half, and if everybody else is mad, like he's already snuck a potato and a bite of whatever mystery meat burned his mouth earlier, and so he will give his portion away to the ogre,
Okay.
and not wanting to like deny anyone else, and he's just like, guys, eat the food's it's still pretty warm, like the fire hasn't been out that long, just yeah, and he goes back to like talking to the ogre and trying to learn all about him and his kind.
So the ogre is straight up telling you, scoff for southern Colics. You all should leave these mountain range unless you want to be squished. Larger force coming south.
Larger
Larger-
than you?
I don't know, you're pretty big, bud.
You're pretty
Well,
big.
I mean in number of larges.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Why are they coming south?
We regularly patrol this mountain range. We don't get good squirrels like this, though.
It took all day.
You
And I
squirrel
think the
cook are
cooking.
good.
Thanks. Best compliment. Like he's elated. This is just the best day ever for him. What? So we're looking for a tribe of people. I can't think of the name of all these fantasy names. Kahute.
Kahute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are they? Like we're just gonna go find them. So like we'll sleep the night here and we'll be gone in the morning. We'll be out of your hair.
Is it okay if I hang out here for a while? My jaw hurts. A
No.
lot.
I would like to provide some minor healing for this man if I can with a spell.
Really?
Heal his mouth.
You wanna
Yeah.
know
Like
one or
if
two
no
or-
one else stops him, like I don't think Trebor has the understanding that like
Are you
this is a
saying
bad
this out loud?
situation. Yeah, I'm like
This
well, we can
tree
fix
is
that.
actively hurt.
I haven't seen Tree yet because you're still hiding in the moss.
And no one's worried about me. Not one
Moss
person.
man.
Trebor is like the other two are sitting agape. What are they doing? Like Trebor's making a new friend.
I'm just watching to see how this scene plays out. Because
Where is
Itri is
Tree?
very fascinated.
So everyone's
Are
just
you guys
forgotten
not
about
gonna
the
Tree.
eat Tree? Tree, are you gonna? You said you like potatoes. There's some potatoes left.
Okay, tree
Where-
comes out for potatoes.
Oh, Tree, you look. Come here. No, come here. Well, come over here. I think I can probably like patch you both up a little bit, and then we'll be fine. We're all friends here, right?
No, I mean, he sat on me. He made the mountain laugh at me.
I don't
He-
talk mountain.
He made
but
the mountain laugh at
You
you.
were fluffy moss hole.
You don't know where I came
I mean-
from. Your
Why don't
mom's
you
a
crawl
fluffy
out?
moss hole.
Whoa. Okay, everybody, let's all just be nice. We're all friends here. We've all made mistakes. I mean,
Itish
Itish
is
got
just
really
gonna walk
swingy
over
with
and
her
Grab a bite of
flail.
food.
Like, I think we can all let's just all try to move forward, okay? Like, we're all in a good place.
Okay.
And I will heal Tree first, as he is a member of my party. But I want to just cast I guess would be like the Cure Wounds equivalent.
So how many points are you trying to heal?
How many?
All of them.
I don't know how bad does Tree look.
We kind of have to
Tree
go a
looks
little
like
metagame
dirt.
on this.
I know that's the problem. Is I'm like.
Tree looks like she has 1 out of 4 sparkles in her eye.
I want to
So-
heal 2 sparkles.
2 is a 3 challenge, so you're going to have to do. And she's willing, so it's easy. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to get over an 8.
Okay, big bucks, no whammies.
Hey!
Yay!
All right, you get 3 back. You lose, or you gain a trauma, Trebor.
Okay.
Thank you, Trebor.
And then I will try to do. Is it just on the ogre? Like, can I find the teeth? I'm gonna try to jam those back in its mouth and see if we can hold it in place.
Give me a mental check to see if you can locate the teeth. No, it's too.
No, those I don't know if we're getting those teeth back, bud. But we can he's gonna get into his pack and pull out I assume he'd have.
I still have some. It's okay. You 3.
He'll get some. He'll get some gauze out of his bag and try to pack it in there a little bit. Just open up. There you go.
I'm pretty sure I saw where the teeth went, darling. Let me go grab them for you.
Okay.
Tree scrambles for the teeth.
Okay, Tree and Itish, give me a mental check to see if you can locate these teeth.
We are kicking all the tires today, Adam.
Can I give a physical check to see if I can find them first?
Well, the mental's check to see if you can locate them.
Mm.
So it looks
Did
like
I? I
Tree
can't see.
found them before anyone else. You're feeling around the darkness and you're like, oh, ooh, 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 ooh. So you got them.
All I'm imagining is Tree on all fours, scuttering out of
100%.
of the moss.
Give me your teeth.
So you
doing
found
like
all the teeth, Tree. What are you doing?
doing a demonic growl, going.
What do I do with them?
Hunting.
I hold them aloft and say, I have your teeth.
Great! Hand him back and I can put him back in place.
What does Tree get?
I don't think Tree likes trouble.
Food.
You know, I think,
Potatoes.
buddy, I think you kind of sat on him and it hurt his feelings.
I did not know he was there. I saw a big.
And that's
Moss
completely
mound.
fair. That's fair. But maybe if you still said you were sorry that you did it on accident, it might go a long way. I'm just saying.
What?
Just tell him you're sorry.
Sorry is the first magic spell we all ever learn.
I don't know.
Hey, my dad used to say the same thing.
What you mean?
First magic spell I learned was sleep.
Just say I'm sorry for stepping on you, Tree.
Me sorry squishing you with my hemorrhoid tree.
You did that. You
Yeah,
even
that's
did it
pretty-
your own
that's
way. That was
really good.
amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you. Tree forgives you. Here's your teeth back, and I jam them up into those holes.
Oh, those are
Holy
those are staying. Whoa.
Give me a
Yeah.
physical check real quick. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's good to see the Lauren has useless rolls.
Well, no, it's okay. Hey, your teeth are back. We're all friends. This is great.
He has 0 physical right now, so he's in sheer agony as she jammed teeth roots into his gums.
Tree doesn't know that, so automatically I assume I'm just super strong.
And Trebor just is like, no, this is great. See, we're all friends now. You apologize. You got your teeth back. This is good stuff.
Heal me.
Oh yeah, sure. And I will cast another kind of cure wounds or minor healing, whatever.
How many are you gonna heal?
We'll do 2 again.
Okay.
2 sparkles.
You need
2
8 or more.
sparkles.
Make sure you take 1 trauma.
Yep.
Ooh, you did it. Nice. So he heals up. He's
Perfect.
just like, his teeth are all like sort of skewed, like jabbing out, not quite
Yeah,
right.
but how did they look before? It's a no.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm just saying. Like, I am sure ogre dentistry is like a high priority, but it's fine. Whatever.
Also, does he have a mirror? Does he know?
No, I mean he can
He'll
feel
figure it out
the
later.
awkwardness, but no, like his lips don't quite close anymore.
Oh,
They
we
go
all feel
around
the
like
awkwardness.
roots.
You look so fierce now. I love it. This is a good look
I
for you.
love it.
Wow, teeth look good.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a great place to do our break. We're practicing dentists.
Oh crap, we're streaming. There's other
Yeah, this is
people
a
here.
live stream. Thank you all so very much for tuning in.
I
This
should put
very
pants on.
serious stream. Pants optional. All right, we will be back. I actually don't have a "we'll be right back" screen. I totally forgot to do that. So I'm just
Just
gonna
put
put it on the
Tree's
splash
picture.
page. Just know that we'll be back in 10-ish, less than 10 minutes to probably perform more dentistry. So we'll see you then.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we are back. That's right. Look who's back again. It's us. Having fun, playing a game. And
This
that's
background
it. All right,
Doing
so
stuff and
nighttime.
things.
This ogre is willing to hang out around your, if you build another fire, your camp, for a little bit. After you heal him, he, pretty much offers. Look, I tell people you're not here. You leave in morning early.
Okay, yeah, that's great, buddy.
You'll do just that,
So
what
he's
it,
willing to
wait,
sort of-
hold up.
Yeah,
There we
you're
go.
Right, jeez.
There we go. What did you say his name was for Scrub?
Scrub.
Right? Scrub.
Yep, scrub.
Perfect. Scrub, you're my new favorite ogre, buddy. And your teeth look so amazing. So if you see us in the future, just wave and say hi.
Same.
They look gorgeous. The tree is an expert dentist, as far as I know.
Well,
Look fierce.
dentist.
Dentists are teeth people. It's sometimes you get to a big city. Have you been to a big city? Like this is how like the conversation goes. Like Trebor doesn't know to be afraid. Like he's just completely ignorant of this. So he's just the dumbest conversations you can imagine with this ogre.
Right. Well, unless anyone stops him, we can continue through the night. Who's taking first
I'm
watch?
enjoying this.
Is anyone doing
Tree.
a watch?
Tree wants to stay up.
Okay, who's taking second?
I'll take second.
Who's taking third?
I will.
I can do third. Or yeah, whoever.
All right, Trebor, you made food. You go to bed. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You did good.
I made food. I made a new friend. He's an ogre.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a good day for Trade.
Good day. Good day. All right, so you guys have survived this night. The storm clouds are ever present. The wind is picking up. You're getting some smells of sweat and oil, like weapon oil and armor oil on the wind, but it's nothing close. You know that there's a larger force coming south because Scrub told you about it, but he doesn't seem to be concerned until the morning, in which case he's just telling you to make sure you're gone by then. And he's enjoying his new set of teeth and his new friend in Trebor.
So when it's time to get up and get out, I think Trebor will suggest like no breakfast, cold breakfast. We'll eat our rations and we'll just get on the trail.
So as you guys wake up in the morning, the sun isn't even visible. It's just lighter outside over the cloud cover. This storm, wherever it's centered, seems to just be growing. Now, you're, a little over 200 yards. 200 miles, much longer than yards. 200 miles from the glacier that is slowly consuming all of Locaston and has been for time immemorial, as far as your lifespans go. And so, you're not sure why there's even a force out here. You're at the very tail end of this mountain range. Why would there be anyone from Locaston coming this far south? It doesn't make any sense at all. And in fact, if those of you who are from Bressus, you've been told that the war's won, Locaston's disbanded, there are no Gaulics anymore, the Witch Queen has been destroyed for the past decade. So this is information that you could probably leverage later on if you, make a note of it or something like that.
Wait, say it again? Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Nope. Your moss-covered ears have done you wrong.
They hate me. It's fine.
All right, so as you start moving through and you're sort of seeing Scrub in the distance waving his club, farewell, dentist. Farewell, squirrel man.
Take
It's a
care,
magic
dog.
symbol that
Bye,
I do
Scrub.
on him
You're awesome,
for
bud.
protection.
What for protection?
I flipped him off.
That's not very nice.
It's a
He
sign
doesn't
of
know
love where he comes from.
Scrub don't like little elf boy.
It's an acquired taste. It's fine. You guys are going to be great later. You're going to look back on this one day and you'll be like, man, we're the best of friends.
So as you guys are moving down the mountain, it's actually quite precarious. You're having to watch your footsteps, climbing down sheer cliff faces, traveling down across rivers. I mean, this is a very, very dangerous trek down this mountain. I'm going to need everyone give me a strength check, please, or a physical check. Oh, geez, you guys are good. Wow.
Well, hold on.
Oh wait, I refreshed the page, so it closed.
Also, I was looking at our initiative order. Tree's name is not capitalized, so Tree doesn't think they're important like everybody else.
Okay, that's more for the rest of us than you.
Tree thinks that's very important.
You
Wait,
always
what?
Speak to yourself in third person. Tree no life.
Well, I normally speak to myself in whatever
How do
I
you like
want. It's
that?
when
I
I
just
speak to
remove you.
others.
You're not part of
No,
this
wait, Tree wants to be a part of it. Lauren,
You know what?
sorry.
Screw it. I'm taking everyone off. There's no initiative.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Never
The
mind.
next Discord. All right, this game is over.
That was so fast.
2 hours. We made an over friend. All right, so as you're moving down this mountain, everyone's doing really well. Tree, you slip a little bit, but for the most part, with your friend's assistance, you're able to navigate your way down this mountain. You're not quite out of it. You're in this sort of rocky, hilly terrain, and you hear this sort of howl break through the whirling winds that are sort of buffeting you during the day. The winds are rather fierce coming in from the west, just battering at your backs as your faces to the mountain. What do you do?
What do we
So
do
we're-
against the cold?
So we're just going down the mountain right now?
No, you heard the howling in the wind.
Oh, that
Like,
kind of
how-
howling,
how
not like
far-
howling wind.
It's hard to tell
How
with the
far
wind.
away?
Give me a mental check. Yeah, you're not sure. Okay, well, Itish knows. Itish, you can tell it's coming directly from the south, and it is definitely wolves.
Oh, lovely. There's
lovely?
there's going to be a pack of wolves a little bit further south in the very direction that we're going.
Wolves? Ogres and wolves? This is the best trip ever.
Well, darling, unless you got a lot of bones and meat to give that away,
I
that
mean,
wolf's going to be
I
tearing
haven't-
you apart.
oh, I was going to say I haven't seen any more squirrels since last night, so.
How
Do
far are
they-
we away from ogre stuff? Didn't he like poop or pee that we can cover ourselves in? We won't smell like delicious. We can smell like poo poo.
Cover yourself in? You've been
can.
traveling most of the day at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to put any of that on me. Like
Okay.
I support your choices, but yeah, it's not for me. Like which
I'll second Trebor here.
yeah, let's
I-
just make our way down the mountain, guys. I think
I
you know.
ain't
I
putting
mean,
any ogre shit on me.
yeah, no.
Okay, we'll walk, but I'm gonna think.
So as you guys are slowly trying to make your way down this mountain ridge, give me another physical check.
Not ones. Come on.
Trebor's
I want to see how that goes.
Tree, you doing all right? So some of you aren't doing really great with your physical, but you're stopping and you're thinking, you're making considerate choices, you're trusting in your friends to help you, and you're slowly moving down this mountain. And it's about this time you start to see, actually, everyone give me a mental check, please. All right, so Itish is the only one.
Hold on. Yeah, Itish is the only one.
Itish is the only one. You see the back of something large and furry pass above you. And then as you sort of are looking at that and you're considering turning around and telling everyone else, you see a number more pass by. So there's, you can count like 3, but there's probably more of these massive creatures that have clearly caught your scent.
So
You tell us.
I recommend we speed the hell up.
Wait. Adam, did you do this on purpose?
They're hungry
100%.
like a wolf. All right.
Are you? It's my shirt.
Adam's just taking all of his cues from song lyrics now.
Look, all you have to do is take your shirt off, and I won't have the wolves there anymore. It'll just be a pair of titties coming after you.
Whoa!
They're vicious.
Yeah.
That's what,
Actually,
if that's
it's
what's
just a
coming.
sports
Like
bra,
it's
sorry.
it's full stop at that point for Trebor. That's what's
It's
coming
just
down the hill.
uniboobs.
Ugh.
It's not even a thing. So what are you guys doing?
It is
I
said they speed
recommend
up.
we
She has a
hurry,
plan.
hurry the hell up
Yeah.
and get the hell out of here.
Tree has a plan.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so wolves, they're pack hunters and stuff. They don't like being looked at, and they don't like fighting things that are bigger than them. So what we need to do, if we're ever surrounded by wolves and we're in a situation where maybe we think we probably can't get out of it, is we should grab our biggest item of clothing. I'm sure we all have cloaks, and you stand up and you get as big as you can with it behind you, and you start yelling and kicking rocks and being as loud as you can.
Love.
Okay, but like
that is
you're not
actually
very
how you
tall.
deal with wolves.
How big are you going to
Love,
get?
with
Tree?
all the disrespect, you ain't that big.
With all the
I'm
what
not
I'm
doing this
saying.
by myself, guys. I'm with you guys. I'll get on.
You know, they'll think she's a cub.
who's the
They'll
shortest?
think he's a cub. It's fine.
Yeah.
Probably
Right.
Tree. Okay.
I have rocks and I have a jar of fire ants I can throw at them too, but I want to keep those if I can.
Oh my god.
I put that down
Okay.
before we started talking about stuff. I put down jar of fire ants.
So
They're all gonna be
Trebor like
suffocated
takes
and
his
dead in a jar.
Trebor takes off his overcoat and like holds it up. He's like this, like he's
Yeah.
trying to.
So
Okay.
you guys are
Wolves
actively
are just
climbing
animals.
scary.
We be
down a mountain,
scared.
so you're not going to be able to have. You have to have at least 2 points of contact.
The feet.
Oh, so we're like
These
sheer rock
wolves
face climbing
are-
down?
It's not
Climbing
sheer
up a
rock face, but
mountain
you're
like
climbing
this?
down a mountain.
Okay, I'm sorry. These wolves are crazy. These wolves are so far out of their regular territory. If they're on a steep mountain cliff like this, they are starving or they are rabid.
Or
This is
something
Lauren
else
talking.
entirely.
Like Lauren is. Oh wait, what kind of tracks we talking here? What are we doing? What are we
You
dealing
don't-
with?
You don't actually see any tracks at all.
Oh my god, I found this lady in this book. I don't know who that is.
Okay. So back to the game. What are you guys gonna do?
I really think they're animals. They're wolves. You know, they don't want to
Okay,
fight
if
something
you-
that's not going
if
to be
you-
worth it.
Okay, if you
We
think
need
it-
to
If there's
get to a
scare
flat
them.
spot and scare the crap out of them. Do anyone have magic? Make things go boom, boom, big? Maybe
Well-
avalanches,
They look starving.
weaponized avalanches.
So as you guys are talking and considering your options and you're talking about being really big, Itish, you see one of these creatures' heads loom above you and look down, and this is at least 3 times larger than any wolf you've ever seen in your entire life. It's mangy, matted fur, patchy in places, and you just hear this deep, primal, guttural growl just emanate, and you can almost feel it vibrating through the wind, through the rock, as you're just looking up at it, looking down at you. Its head is bigger than your head and shoulders combined. It looks massive.
Oh, bugger off, you. We're trying to have a conversation here.
All right, initiative.
Trebor's
She casts Southern Charm.
Tree is like, so is that flat enough over there, or maybe that one on the far side? Like,
Ask God. God, is there a clearing where we can stand?
God said roll initiative. Unfortunately.
All right, so, Tree, what are you planning on doing?
What's a tree?
Yeah.
Out of killing their dire wolves.
I'm gonna use my fantastic, nature abilities that have been shown off so well the last few times we've tried to do this, to try to find a place where we can defend ourselves. Look for maybe a cave where we can get our backs to not the wolves at least. Adam's probably going to put a bear in there. It's fine. We'll deal with that later. Or like a cove or, something where we're not surrounded and it's a little bit more flat so we can get some oomph under us.
Okay, so you're basically going to use like some sort of survival technique to try to find somewhere.
Yeah.
So what's your spiritual score right now? Remember,
3.
overnight, you did not get 1 back. You have to spend a whole day of rest to get 1 back. So you're still at your
Just the 3.
pre-fight levels.
I was healed up a little bit by my friend, so I'm at 3 out of 4.
Yeah. Okay. And Aelyn, what's your plan?
I am going to follow what they do.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a 0. Trebor, what's your plan? Unmute first is a good plan.
I clicked it already once. It didn't like me. Okay. Seeing that like Itish has noticed this and wants to fight and we're not getting out of it. I think I figured he probably has like a staff that he walks with and would use that to hit whatever comes into range.
Okay, what's your physical?
Big old 2.
Humble brag. Itish, what are you going to do?
If any of them decide to jump down or get within range before everyone else starts moving, she is going to clock one of them across the face with her flail.
What's your physical?
4.
Okay. All right. So you see the first one that you had noticed, and then you see 4 others come out from over the ridge, and they're all sort of in unison, moving slowly to try to flank you as best as they can while you guys are down on different levels going down this mountain. And the first one just leaps right at you, Itish. I need you to give me a physical roll. So it leaps down, you move out of the way, you start to find yourself falling back, you grab onto the rock in order to stop yourself, and it lands down next to you. The next one comes leaping down. Trebor, give me a physical check. Oh my gosh. It got an automatic hit with 3 6s. Comes down, smacks into you. You take, what's your physical?
2.
So you take 2 damage as it bites you, as it moves past you, and then comes in for a claw with a successful hit. The claws.
So where does damage like exist
That's
on this,
trauma.
or is it just 2 trauma
Yeah.
to physical? Okay.
So give me another one for the claws coming out. So it claws at you for. Wait, that's use. Wait, what? Did I not hit the right? Okay. So 6. What's your physical?
Jeez. 2 with a 2 trauma, so 0. Right now.
Oh, so you're at a 0. So that means you're
I guess if
completely like you can't do anything physically at this point. You don't have a defense physically. So it comes down and it's.
Does my chain shirt give me a buff to any of this? That's going to be helpful, or no?
That'll take away 1, yeah.
Okay, so
Some previous attack was 1 less.
okay, so that this next attack would have put me at 1, I guess, because
So
it's the
completely
score minus the
dropped
trauma,
down,
right?
You're just completely beat out physically. You still have your
Okay.
mental acuity. You're still spiritually present, but physically you can't do anything. You're probably
Okay.
actively bleeding out from this bite and claw. you're really in a bad place. The third wolf flies down towards Aelyn, leaps down. Go. I gotta start. I'm rolling the wrong one. Same roll. Give me a physical roll for defending against this wolf. These things are massive. They're at least 2 times larger than the largest person here. So 12, so 6, your physical score is 2, is that correct? So you take 4 damage, which drops your physical to 0. And the fourth one goes after Tree, leaps down at you. Give me a physical roll, please. Oof. All right, smacks
Tree!
into you. You take your physical score is 0?
What?
Is Tree's physical score 0?
No, it's 3 out of 3 right now.
Why is it? You should have
I don't
0
know.
trauma then. It's showing you have 3 trauma. So there
Did you not heal back the 2 trauma? You should have.
Oh,
When
sorry. I
healed
thought
you,
that
so-
was. I think I've been rolling wrong the whole time. All of these have been out of for me, so it's like 3 out of 3, 1 out of 1.
Oh no. Your trauma
Gotcha,
listing
gotcha.
is hurting you.
Yes, it is. Okay, I see now where I need to change things. Okay.
So you should
All
only
my
have
rolls
1
should
trauma.
be much better. Everyone know that. 1 trauma for spiritual, right?
All right, so go ahead and roll
Okay,
again on
awesome.
physical.
Tree is unstoppable.
Okay. So it still gets through. You take 2 physical damage.
Ow.
As it bites down, and then since it successfully hits you, it's going to come in with its claws. I need you to give me another physical.
Oh no. Tree's gonna become stung.
Yeah, so this time you're down to 0 as it claws you. You sort of drop back down as it's like pounced on top of you. So everyone is down except for Itish. The 5th one attacks Itish. Give me a physical. And comes down with a 17 to bite at you. The 14, it breaks through. It's... I rolled a dim. So it's 6 damage. You have a physical of 4, so you take 2 damage. Since it
I
hits
do
you,
have leather armor, which is a
okay, so you
plus
take
1.
1 damage. It comes through with its claws. Give me a physical roll, please.
I forgot to mention I had some armor. So should I have taken 1 less?
1
TPK.
less, but the damage you had before. I don't remember. I gotta find your damage.
That was the only hit I've had.
Right, but it does like 5 damage each.
Oh,
Or
okay.
6 damage each hit for claws and bite. So if it's 1 less 5, your physical isn't 5, is it?
My physical was 2, and you told me that I took 2 trauma.
2 trauma. What's your name? What's your character's name? Aelyn.
Aelyn.
So it rolled a 20. You had a 6 on hit. You rolled a 12. And so you would have taken 6 damage. So you would have taken 4 damage because your physical was 2. So that's 4, 6, 5, 4. With 1 more, that's 3. So you're still at 0 in
Okay.
that particular case. All right, so Itish, you were hit that last time. You dropped down, and all of you are still conscious. You're just bleeding, and these wolves are like on top of you, like ripping your flesh. And then you start to hear this sort of howling. This spear comes out of nowhere and slams into one of the dire wolves' sides, and it sort of yelps off to the side and runs off. You see arrows flying through the air. You see a bola come flying up, and these wolves are being assaulted by these sort of tribal yelps and hollers. And as you guys are sort of like weak, bleeding out, look down, you see a bunch of tribal warriors crawling up the mountain, coming after the wolves and toward you. Now, with a 0 physical, you can't actually move anywhere because you're pretty much just exhausted beyond belief. This with a physical is basically letting you know, but you're still conscious. You're not unconscious. So you can still communicate and stuff as they're moving up, just yip, yip, they're like throwing and attacking these wolves, driving them off. And you see someone like crawl up and stand over you. I don't think these are worth the time. We should leave them. They can't even be good slaves. Maybe housewives? We've got a woman here. That's Ogre woman. She smells funny. What about this one? This is a Bressus. Oh, civilized woman. Yes, she make good slave.
You left, darling, you lay a finger on her. I'm going to make sure I take as many of you down with me as possible.
You are already down, Ogre woman.
I still have strength within me, and that is enough strength to show you 10 different types of whoop ass.
With your 0 physical, they rope and tie you
I
up.
have two physical.
What are you talking about? You just took 6 more from the claws.
6? I thought it was minus my physical. Minus
So
against my physical.
No. So the first attack was 6 from the bite. The second attack was 6 from the claws. And even if you take your first physical off of that of 4, you took, or what's your physical?
My initial physical is 4.
So that would be 3. So your second one would be 3 with all.
But I also have armor, which
right,
made it.
Which is why it's 3. You had 3 left rather than 2 left because they rolled a 6.
Mm-hmm.
So you had 3. Now you had 1 is what you're at. Because it's 6. No, you would have taken 4 because you only had 1 left. So you would have taken 5. So you're still.
Turns out you did.
Did they attack me 3 times?
No, they attacked you twice. So
then how?
The first one, 6 damage against your 5, so you have 4 damage. The second one is 6 damage against your 4, so you have 2 damage. So yeah, you got 2. Right? Is that math?
So let's just say 2 and call it good. Because that seems to be mathematically the answer, right?
In any case, you're clearly hurt. You're clearly outnumbered.
I'll still take as many of them down with me as possible.
All right. We're rolling to attack. You realize
And I haven't even attacked yet. That is fine.
That's right.
They will learn the consequences of slavery.
I think you're going to learn the consequences of not backing down as a beginning character. But okay.
I assume spellcasting's out of the question if I have a physical of 0.
Yeah. Can't really
Okay.
say anything. You guys are out of the fight. This is all just Itish and the 6 warriors. So, Itish, what's your plan? What's your physical score right now?
Physical score of 2, and whoever's closest to me is going to get a flail to the face.
Okay. All right, you don't go first, they do, because their physical is higher than yours. So the first warrior, as you make the overt threat, moves his spear down and smacks you into the head. Give me a physical. So they rolled an 18, you rolled a 12, you take 6 damage, you take 5, 4, 3 damage, you're at 0, you're unconscious, they tie your ass up. That's it. All right, so they tie you guys up and they drag you down. You're conscious, you're not unconscious. Dragging you down the mountain, you're completely weak. They're clearly enslaving you. And Tree, you actually recognize these as the Kahutehe tribe themselves. They're pulling you on the backs of their horses, sort of belly down. So your head's on one side, your feet are on the other, on the back of their horses. And they start to ride off across the plains into the distance. And the rain just starts to fall, just hit everything, deafening everyone as they're going down out of the mountain range into the actual plains here. So I don't know if you can see on the map.
So are we able to talk as this all
Yeah.
happens? Hey,
Fantastic.
so if you guys could just point us in the direction of the Kahutehe, and like we'll just be out of your hair, and it'll be fine.
Don't make me gag you.
It started to rain just now,
What?
right?
Yeah, massive raining.
Fantastic. Since I am familiar with them, would I know like their belief systems, legends, lores, fears, dreams?
No, I mean, you're a different tribe. You know that they're the tribe that you were looking for. But
Do we have a common like ancestral belief, perhaps something I could pull from when I'm speaking to them?
I mean, give me a spiritual check. Yeah, I mean, you know they worship the god of war primarily.
Okay. Who is their ruler of like a hell? Is there a hell type archetype thing going on?
It's not really how the gods work in this. They're not so much as like literal beings that are recognized and like have effect on the world. They're more mythical beings.
Okay.
So
I
they
have a
don't
plan then.
really see it as a literal presence. They see it as more of like
Okay.
an essence or a spirit or an element of the world.
Perfect. I can work with this. So I raise my head and I say, you feel the rains that come down because you have trapped us. You have stopped us and I say it much more confidently than this.
Right.
Lauren's thinking, okay? You have trapped our journey and the earth is mad at you and it will move to destroy you forever. And then I bite the horse's butt so it starts running really fast.
So your physical ability, like you're sort of like a limp noodle with a 0.
I lay a curse upon their land and
It's like you're out of
Bite.
hit points, basically. You're like unconscious, but
bite something.
you're conscious because that's not how this system works. So
I'm at 0?
yeah, all of you are 0.
Dang.
Like your ability of trying to bite it is like sort of like trying to gum it. And you're just like, physically you're completely wiped. Mentally you're there, but it's like if you're a paraplegic, for example, you can't really move or do anything. You're just like totally so exhausted from the pain and agony and the brutality of fighting and the tearing of the wolves ripping your skin, and you're basically a first level character. So you're doing your best, but you know you're sort of making a show for yourself, it seems, at this moment. They're not paying any attention to you, and even if they could hear you over the rain and the horses and the breathing and the just the environment and the atmosphere, you're tied up on their horse. They don't really care at this point.
It's not how curses work. They'll be scared later
okay.
when the curse starts to work.
Right. All right. Okay. So you guys are traveling for the rest of the day, and then that night they basically pull you off the horses and sort of lay you all on the ground. They have this young woman with them that was not with the initial assault, but she was sort of with the massive group that was riding off. And she comes up with a wet rag and just sort of empties it in your mouth, so you're sort of parched, and she's helping you a little bit. She's taking a little bit of poultice and wiping it on the bite marks and the tooth marks and the claws, and doing her best to keep you alive for the moment. It doesn't do any active help, but it might stave off infection for later, which is, of course, a good thing in the long run. You guys were trying to find these people anyway. They happened to find you in an unfortunate situation, so you kind of succeeded in what you're trying to do. So now it's kind of up to you on how you want to spin that or work it into not being enslaved or eaten, because these are cannibals. So as she's
Tree tastes bad, so that'll be easy.
Tree tastes bad. As they're sort of tending to your wounds, making sure everything is covered, you see the male warriors off around the fire, sort of talking and laughing and sharpening their spears and just having a good old time as this one woman sort of takes care of you. What do you guys do? You are conscious. You're just too weak to do anything.
What was our specific goal again? Because we talked about it, then we made
Yeah.
characters.
So
I forgot.
and this is actually really great because the Fire Fist, the chief of this clan, called out for assistance because the Wildlands were sort of out of control. The Wildlands are these sort of regions that shift and change, and they move around territory, so they're not static and constant. But the particular wildlands around Kahutehe are going out of, just sort of going crazy and spreading like wildfire. It's basically like the Feywild, if you want to make a D&D comparison, where it's this sort of Fey spiritual crossover realm.
Okay.
And most people stay away from it because it's kind of freaky and no one wants to be involved in it, and it's wild and chaotic and there's no telling what's going to happen, and it's actually kind of dangerous. But it's threatening and encroaching on the Kahutehe's territory, and so much to the point that they're actually calling for outside help, which is a big deal. They would normally never do that. You guys answered it, not only just as you had mentioned at the beginning, to make a name for yourself, to find adventure, to get away from the whatever life that you had led before, just to try something new. But that's what draws you here. That's why he called out for assistance.
Okay, so I think what is going to happen is Trebor is this woman that's attending to us. He's going to kind of like roll his head over and look at her and be like, "Hi, yeah, my name's Trebor. I'll get your name in a minute. Can you go tell Fire Fist that the people he sent for are here and that everyone's been really mean so far? That would be great."
She like looks over you with a puzzled look on her face. Fire Fist not here.
Okay, but Fire Fist sent for us and asked us to come here to help with the Wildlands. So if you could go just let him know that we're here, that would be amazing.
She
I would be
puts her
so
finger
grateful.
on your lips. Shh! You are too weak. You cannot enter the Wildlands, as weak as you are, and all of you. You don't seem hero material.
Yeah, but he needs to know we're here before anything else happens. And like the stories of cannibals and slaves and everything are like racing through Trebor's mind. He's like, so can you just let him know that we're here and we'd love to talk to him
It will be
soon,
days before
quickly.
we are anywhere near Fire Fist. You relax.
Okay,
We'll be okay.
who runs you guys then? Who's your party leader?
You don't want to talk to him. You be quiet. You'll be okay.
Yeah, okay. And I at this point he'll submit.
If you guys rest for the whole day, you get 1 back to every ability.
Cool.
She's taking really good care of you. She's feeding you. All of the other warriors are completely ignoring you. And it looks like when she does any too much engagement with you, they scold her and they sort of call her away and physically beat her. Like, they're slaves. You need to treat them as slaves. Stop taking so good care of them. They walk them. They kick one of you in the feet. Like, don't make us take your feet off. Don't talk to her.
Well, I don't know if it would interfere with resting, but Tree would very much like to draw her a picture of her on like a leaf or something. Really
So
secret.
you guys are actively tied up.
Leaf. That's my middle name.
Leafs.
Tree's sad now. Never mind. I just tell her that. I just say, I would draw you a picture if I could have my hands.
She's clearly cowed. Like, she's afraid. You know, I mean, in this culture, she is not someone of substance, and so she's clearly just acting her role and sort of terrified of these other people who are clearly at the top of the totem pole. That's not racist, right? So it kind of, as day turns to night, the rains don't cease. You guys are completely soaked. There are these sort of like yurts that are constructed for the warriors to sleep in. The woman is out here taking care of all of you. She's sort of huddled under a cloak for most of the time in the rain, and she actually stokes up this really great little fire that has a little bit of just sort of canopy, like animal skin half covering it to protect it from the rain to keep it going. And then she does all the cooking, and she does all the cleaning and water fetching, and like this is an open plains area. But with this warrior group, there's no real threat of predators. There's 6 of these, warriors with 7 horses total with this woman. So you guys really have nothing to fear other than the fact that you're probably going to be entered into slavery once you get to the tribal encampment, unless you can talk your way out of it. The next day, you get 1 more point back from everything. And you guys are traveling for another full day. The weather lets up. You're shivering, you're freezing, but you're actually being taken kind of well cared of. You're being fed, you're given water, though it's all minimal, but it is enough to survive on. And you know you're going to see Firefist, whom you were trying to go see in the first place anyway. The 3rd day passes, you get another point back. The 4th day passes, you get another point back. And the 5th day, you finally see this sort of massive tent city in the distance. And that's when the sun starts to break through the canopy of clouds. What they call God's light sort of breaks through the clouds, and these beams are just sort of hitting this massive plains all in front of you. And it's just so open and beautiful. And you're still seeing sort of lightning in the north. And it's not like the weather is stopped. It's just you're getting these almost like cues of the gods telling you that you are arriving here, and this is a place where you need to be, or potentially this is where you're going to be eaten. One of the 2 things for sure, though. So as you start rolling up, people are starting to amass out. Kids especially are running out. They come out with their little sticks, and they're smacking you guys with sticks, calling names in their indigenous tongues, and you're starting to kind of, it's not a good feeling. Like, you feel like you're an outsider being rallied into what is clearly a bad situation. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think at this point, once Trebor realizes, like, we're kind of here, this is where we're trying to get, I think he kind of tries to renew his earlier pleas and be like, so, yeah, if you guys could let Firefist know that we've arrived, that his guests that he specifically requested are here now, that would be super.
Give me a mental check, please. Nice. So you see someone sort of like pick their head up, look at you, and look over the warriors, and then go running off. And you see this gnarled old man with a sort of like a hand cane. It's not like anything like a staff or anything. He's just sort of like stumbling forward on this cane. He walks up to you guys. He has like 2 or 3 teeth in his mouth, and the breath that comes out is noxious at best. Like, you look like a firm, strong specimen. And he smacks Tree on the leg, and he smacks him on the arm. You'll be a good slave. I need someone to bring me water and build my tent whenever we move around.
Well, you're going to have to run that by Firefist. He's expecting us.
Firefist, shut your mouth! You don't get to say his name! He smacks you on the back of the cane. You show respect! You don't talk! You don't speak! You're a slave!
Okay, we'll see.
Stop talking! Smack! Moves over to Aelyn. Look at you. I could use a slave like you. It doesn't work very well, but sometimes. Moves over to Itish. Now we're talking. Oh, I don't even have to I don't even have to worry about smacking you around. You're already ugly. Couple bruises. No one would notice with that skin color.
Be nice to my friend.
Shut your mouth! Wanders over and smacks you with his cane. Stop it! Wanders back. Now, let's talk, ogre woman. Do you like to play naughty games? Hmm? Speak! Smacks you on the leg, Itish.
What are you referring? Oh, wait, hold up.
Hide the sausage! You know. Pigtail in the blanket. Stuff it till it works. That's my game.
It's like throwing a toothpick in a volcano.
Soaking.
That's Itish's volcano you're talking about. Soaking.
I could definitely make that. I could definitely make it disappear. You'll never see it again.
Oh, I like a little feistiness. We'll have to remove your teeth, of course, and your nails, but we can make it work. And you see the crowds that have gathered around start to sort of pass, and you see a very dignified man with these antlers coming off of this headdress that he has. Everyone sort of like lowers their head and backs up as he walks forward, and you see another man sort of draped in animal hide, completely obscuring his face and features, though with his gait he seems rather elderly. And this man starts to move forward toward all of you. I have been told you are looking for me.
Yeah, hi, Lord Firefist. Firefist, do you have an honorific we should be using? In any case, we're the envoy you sent for to help with your problem in the wildlands, and your tribe has been kind enough to bring us to you.
He's
I
like
suppose.
pacing around you all as you're talking. You do not look like you are worthy of entering the wildlands, let alone dealing with anything therein.
Well, if you send us there, you won't be at much of a loss then, will you?
The spirits might disagree. They might grow angry that we sent them those who are unworthy, and they might retaliate.
Perhaps we could have a more pleasant conversation if we weren't all completely bound and being sought after for sausage parties.
You might make better meals than warriors.
Well, let's have a 5-minute conversation and find out.
We will feast tonight, and I will make my decision. This is Drown in Tears, and he will be your judge. And the king sort of sweeps around and walks away, and that cloaked figure walks up, pulls out this animal skull with sort of matted flesh still clinging to it, and he sort of rubs it on your guys' chest as he walks by one at a time, whispering these sort of arcane words under his breath as he does so. The smell is horrendous, and you're sure there's some sort of liquid coming off of it, though it's just a skull with some flesh attached to it, so how could there possibly be any liquid associated with it? And as soon as he starts to do this, everyone but the 6 warriors start to dissipate, and the 6 warriors sort of grab you, untie your arms, and they just sort of look at you like, come with us, willingly. They don't say anything, they just look at you. There's no malice in their faces. They're just like, come with us, and they sort of, move you forward with their hands.
And then he's drawing this blood on our chest?
Well, there's no, like, physical liquid that you can see. You're just feeling this sort of, like, smear of something, but you're not actually
spiritual liquid.
Well, at least...
it's like ectoplasm.
At least it didn't stain. I suppose we should just follow them, and I'm sure the gods will favor us. You know how most of the... Have you ever tried to scrub the mud off that you roll around in?
No.
Oh.
No, why would I do that?
You know what? That's a great question. I don't know why you would do it either. I
don't care about stain anymore.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm overstained.
Sure. So yeah, I will start to follow them. can I get like a sense? Is there a vibe check I could do to see, like, is Drowned in Tears, would he be like their shaman
100%.
equivalent? Okay. So I think Trebor is going to kind of try to close the distance between him and Drowned in Tears and try to engage in conversation, which I'm sure can only end well. And just be like, hey, Drowned in Tears, I'm Trebor. What kind of spiritual magic is that you're doing there? I haven't seen anything like that back home in Bressus. It seems interesting.
The view of Aelyn will judge your spirit's worthiness. Do not worry about where you are.
So it judges our spirit, our soul. That's a pretty powerful stuff. Like, and I think Trebor is just trying to use that common ground of like a, cleric shaman, kind of trying to find some mutual ground to have a conversation with. As we walk, he wants to have a walk and talk.
Right. You are Biochte, who do not belong in these wild lands.
Hey,
Well, I mean, who does belong in the Wildlands, really, except for the wild ones that live there, right? I mean, it's kind of their space.
He like stops and put his hands in front of you as if it's like a short stop in a, like in a car or something. He's like trying to protect you from moving forward. Like, we belong here. We came from here. We have lived here forever. You are the interloper.
Yeah, I know, but we came here because we were invited. If I wasn't here, I'd be back home probably reading books.
Warriors.
Well, don't just count us out yet. I think we can do okay. We met an ogre in the woods. He was pretty cool.
we can fight and show you. We can fight you and show you.
Tree, friends. We're making friends. Remember, we
Okay,
did this a couple
right.
days ago. Friends are good.
Friends are good.
Friends.
Sorry.
If I were a younger man, I might take you up on that. He like walks over to the tree. You are from Caelia. Why are
Yeah,
you?
I'm not. What?
Why are you with Biochte?
I was kind of like by myself, and nobody thought that was a good idea for some reason. And now I'm here, and I am going to protect nature.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. If we do not consume you, I hope you are successful.
Huh?
Come again?
You gotta use smaller words. Tree's still
Come
learning. He's just a boy.
He walks over to Itish. Are you sure you're with the right people?
Darling, if you're referring to them being my kin, I cannot say I am, but if you're referring to being with a party of people brave enough to come out here to the wildlands and help with this situation, they're braver than most folks.
He puts his arm on his shoulder. I admire your confidence. I truly hope the few of Aram agrees. And he sort of wanders off in a completely different direction than you guys are sort of being herded. So you're being led into the center of this massive tent city. And it is very much like a city, though it is nomadic, and so it can easily be torn down and put back up within a day. The day has worn on, and you're sort of at dusk, and fires are being lit all around this massive tent city, though in the center of this town there seems to be a sort of tribal meeting place. You see tons of women and children dealing with day-to-day, a bunch of male warriors on the fringes sort of walking around. You are clearly the entertainment of the evening, as everyone, you're the outsiders. I mean, everyone is just sort of staring at you, and each of you, to be fair, within the context of the world are super weird looking to these people. Like, you are nothing like them. These are primitive tribal individuals. They have scarification and tattoos marking their bodies. They're wearing animal feathers and skins, and just sort of like their natural way of living. And you guys are in like armor and like fine robes, and you have like, I know, not all of you, Tree. Like,
And then there's a little pile of
weapons that have
mud
been forged
with
and-
freckles that follows us.
Right. Like, you all look very, very different from each other and from them, and that is interesting, especially to the younger folk or people who haven't traveled or anything like that. You see a massive, you've never seen so many horses. There are so many horse pens all over. They're clearly not just used for riding, they're also clearly used for trade. They breed them probably for meat as well as for trade. And then you start to get past the slave pens. And the slaves aren't saying anything, but they are clearly tortured and malnourished and treated very, very poorly in every possible ways. They're slaves. And this is a real trade commodity, not just to Locaston, whom the Kahutehe do trade to, as Itish knows, but Caelia also has a fair amount of slaves throughout the different tribal nations. And Bressus, though they call it indentured servitude, they call it corporal punishment, they have their own form of slavery as well. So this is not a wholly aberrant practice. It's just not so in your face as it is right now. Really disgusting. So, as you're moving into this center area, you see that old man that was like smacking you guys with his cane. He is clearly right now with some of the other slaves, moving them off into further tents. You see the warriors who had originally came up and not only rescued you, but also sort of smacked you around a little bit initially. They're sort of guarding you from a distance. You know, they're sort of letting you have some sort of free reign after the main people have led you into this main center circle area. And you're just sort of left here as women are moving around, preparing animals and fires and food and grinding grain and cooking. And the men are just sort of like wandering around. Kids are off playing everywhere. Sometimes a little kid will come up and just run up and touch you and run away to their friends who like giggle and, you know, talk about, ooh, I was brave enough to touch the foreigner. You are the spectacle. And as the evening starts to wear on, more and more people are gathering in the center. The fire is getting bigger and brighter. And then you see Firefist come out again with Drown in Tears. And you guys have just sort of been sitting there. You've been given food in order to eat and skins full of water to drink. And you're kind of left to your own because they don't really fear, like, where are you going to run to, you know? Like, where are you going to skip to? They're not.
Do we
worried
have
about
our stuff still?
it. You
Why
have
not?
all of your stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
As we walk into this place, I'm looking at Itish. I'm like, hey, look, it's sausage. I was hoping for, you know, your boyfriend sausage. Never mind. The old man.
Oh, burn.
Yeah.
You're going to lose
what-
it. Darling, I was going to make him lose his dick.
Oh my god.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense now. I missed that. Okay. And then, so
I thought the never see it again would have been a little bit clear, but I'll make it
yeah, no,
a little bit more
you're,
clear for you next time.
yeah, sorry. Like I said, when you live in the monastery, there's things you just don't know. It's okay. So above game.
If he does try
concerning
drowning, he'll
some-
be a dickless man.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's horrifying. Please never make me that offer. How did with spells and magic? Would there be? I know you said that there's not like cantrip kind of magic here necessarily, but like, would it be possible for there to be something along the lines of like a prestidigitation that I could do little conjurings of things to kind of like, as these kids run up and kind of like realizing where the entertainment is, like they run up and do stuff. Can I make like, you know, like a little like I snap my finger and like little flame flickers in my hand, or just like little teeny minor things to just kind of make it more entertaining. Like I think Trebor sees understands that like these guys see no value in us as like warriors to head off into the wildlands, and so he's looking for something to make them seem like there is more to us than a bunch of skinny people who look like we just rolled off the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, in the context of the world, keep in mind that men have been outlawed from using magic, and especially
Yeah, but how much
Bressus.
does a barbarian tribe out in the middle of nowhere know that? I guess that would
certainly
be
know of the war. I mean, 700 years of subjugation of the peoples. I mean,
Sure.
this is a common understanding that everyone
Okay.
knows in Fall Est, the continent. The Witch Queen is dead, and women, whomever use it, are seen as like sort of like the next up and coming Witch Queen, and so they're mistrusted. So the idea of anyone outside of this tribe using any sort of magic is terrifying or scary or dangerous at best, especially someone
Okay.
from Bressus, who is this arrogant country that came in, literally murdered a bunch of the native peoples in order to like form their own nation. They took land, they killed people in order to have that land, and then they had the audacity to try to claim that they were the ones that were going to lead the war against this Witch Queen. So it's not a bad idea. I think it's a good idea. It's just it's something that you're going to have to be considerate of. And then
Right. So I think if that's the case, then I think this is how I would like to change it up a little bit. Then I think like as these kids come up, like he'll try to like squat down and be in their level and do like mundane magic. Like he's gonna like pull a coin from behind their ear, kind of a thing. Like he'll palm a copper piece and like reach out and, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
You know, just those kind of things. Just to like he's trying to endear himself to these kids.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. I was just trying to get to the point that ultimately harnessing magic, the reason why it provides trauma every time you use it is because it takes a toll on you. You're literally harnessing the power of the universe or nature itself. And so that's why there's no like cantrips or anything, because it takes genuine effort and it takes a significant toll on you to do it. And so you have to only do it when you absolutely need it. I love the idea of sleight of hand magic that you're leveraging. And so I certainly dig that.
So yeah, so I think he reaches out to the kids. He's like, "Oh, what's this here? Oh, look at what's behind you the whole time." Like he's, it's just little, sleight of hand magic. If cards exist, we do card tricks, just like that kind of stuff. Like just weird little, like where we, we pull the finger off, kind of a thing. Like, oh, like this is he's just trying to entertain the kids.
Yeah. Well, you're certainly
he's a giant
drawing
5-year-old
a
himself.
Crowd of children around you.
Okay.
Getting all excited. So as you're doing that, sort of ingratiating yourself to the children, they're not like throwing rocks or smacking you or poking you anymore with anything. It's really hard to run this game while you guys are having like side conversations and making faces and shit.
It's all Amy.
Oh,
it's all
sorry,
Amy.
Sorry.
It's all Amy.
I didn't realize my mic was on when I was giggling.
It's you guys' facial expressions. Like it's
guess
the fact
we'll
that you're
send you the
having
picture.
clear conversations while we're trying to roleplay this thing. So as you guys are sort of having this moment, Fire Fist comes walking in to the fire pit area that everyone's around, and people follow him and start to sit down, and the whole tone is getting squashed and silent, and then you start to hear like the beat of a drum. And then women start to come out completely naked with these massive headdresses. Like it looks like the head of animals, like predators that they have killed, and their skins just sort of flowing behind them, still attached to their heads, as they start dancing around and prancing around the area. And all the men are completely enraptured by this performance as these women are dancing around. One of them comes over to Itish, tries to, unless you resist, drop a what looks to be the top of a cougar head with its skin attached to its head and neck flowing down your back onto your head, and they try to pull you up to dance around as well. Do you resist?
I'll tag along. This seems interesting.
See another
We'll
woman
see where
trying
this
to
goes.
unbuckle your clothing and strip you down as much as the other native girls are.
Okay, I will not take apart. I will not take my clothes off.
So you're like actively fighting?
I'll join the dance, but I will not take my clothes.
Okay, as you're resisting them taking your clothes, they take the hood off and sort of like nudge you back to sit down. And they move over to Aelyn and they put the cougar head on top of you and they start like pulling at your clothes.
She'll just go with it.
All right, when in Rome. So you get up, you feel very out of place, but with everyone else in the same situation, and it's all firelight and the night, and you're seeing like lightning bugs sort of swarming around. It all feels kind of mystical and different, and you kind of get caught up in the vibe of it with the beating of the drums, and you start to hear this sort of horn that blares out, just brrrr in the distance, that adds this almost like thunder underneath the drum beat. And it starts to get a little bit furious as women are dancing around and moving, and some of the women move up to some of the guys and pull them up to dance around with them. Tree, a woman comes up to you and grabs your hands and tries to yank you up.
Oh. Yeah, and I'm going to join in ferociously. I'm not going to hold hands. I'm going to whip my hands around, and I'm going to be crazy. And it's the tree show. Yeah, as far as Tree's concerned.
Right. Trebor, you see a woman move up to you, grab you, and try to pull you up.
Oh yeah, no, he'll go up, but he's not sure what's happening. He's like this whole time. He's like, yeah, and like trying to keep time, and then like he gets pulled in. Like he's not going to resist it, but he is completely lost as to what is happening.
Right. So Aelyn, you're sort of pushed at one of the warriors that had pulled you, dragged you here. They sort of like nudge you toward him.
I'm gonna try to just dance a different direction. Join the group.
Okay. So everyone sort of has this frenzy of a dance, and this entire moment. I need Tree, Aelyn, and Trebor to give me a physical check, please. Nice. I'm waiting on Aelyn. There it is. Nice. Okay. So you guys are able to stay up just dancing all night. Everyone is having a great time. You see roasted meats being brought out. You're not sure the type of meat because the heads are gone and the hooves are cut off, but it's meat. It's animals. There's some root vegetables that have been roasted. They're still sort of blackened. It all smells really good, and they're bringing it to you. Like little pieces are being brought on these massive leaves that clearly did not come from around here. And they like bring some up to Itish and present it to you.
I'll take it and do like a bow in gratitude.
Okay. And Tree, Aelyn, and Trebor, you actually see sitting, like laying down where you were sitting, you see these massive leaves with food as well, as the women are sort of like sweeping you up and moving you into this constant circle of dancing. It gets to a point where the rhythm and the flashing fire as you're spinning and bouncing and turning, and the other people running and laughing and screaming and hooping and hollering, and the drums pounding and the horns blaring in the distance, and as the light goes up and sort of like flashing sparkles of the fire move up into the sky, you can see it's almost reflected on the cloud cover above. You're just getting this almost euphoric sense about yourselves. And for like the three of you are clearly spiritual anyway, but this is almost a communing with these more primal forces that Aelyn and Trebor, you're not as familiar with as Tree is. And Tree, this is very much something that you've done in a form in your own tribe, in your own way, since you
Tree's
were born.
accidentally eaten mushrooms in the forest before.
So, like everything, like your head is completely light. I need another spiritual check, please.
From
Or
everybody?
a spiritual check. From everyone, except for Itish. Wow. Okay. So, Aelyn, you're actually getting these visions that are sort of like flashing in front of your eyes as you're spinning, and you're not sure if it's just the faces of the people that you're meeting as you're dancing around, and they're sort of like smiling and laughing and screaming in your faces as you're sort of like moving and constantly running around this massive bonfire with everyone else in this spurt of just physicality and motion and music and fire and light and darkness and shadow. But you're getting these flashes of this woman standing with this ornate headdress that doesn't look like anything you've ever seen before. And it comes and goes like really fast, so you're not entirely sure what you watched. But then the dress starts to peel into blackness, and it becomes this ebony, almost statuesque form, and blood starts to ooze out of the eyes, and the blood starts to form on the ground, and it flashes away and comes back as you're moving around again, and seeps into the ground and corrupts the ground, and the blackness that was her cape is now infecting the land all around and spreading out in all directions, up into the point where you just sort of pass out of exhaustion, and everyone is sort of tired from this massive dance, and they sort of fall down, and the music starts to slow down, and people are starting to, come and take care of the people who have passed out from too much physical activity, which is a normal thing, and you're given sort of food and water and taken care of and moved back to your spots. And you see Drown in Tears move out in front of the bonfire, and for the first time throws down his robe, and he is completely covered in scars, just intricate designs that mean nothing to most of you, though those of you from Caelia know that this is a very ancient rite of the shamans, of any Caelian culture, just scars adorning their flesh to prove that they have transcended the flesh and connected with their primal natural spirits. And he slowly starts to move in motion across the periphery of this bonfire, gesticulating with his arms in these strange ways of movement, and starts calling out, and the drums are pounding and pounding, and darkness seems to be seeping in. Even though the bonfire itself seems to be getting brighter and brighter, the darkness seems to be fighting against it and pushing against the light as he dances around in this insane performance. And it doesn't even seem like it's clearly not for you. Like, that's not what this is. There was something happening here you just stumbled upon through the chaos of answering at this particular time and being discovered at this particular moment, and being drawn here in this particular event. And you start to feel the oppression and that blackness, Aelyn, as you start to regain your consciousness, and you're eating this food that's bringing you back, and the liquid is just sort of waking you back up, this sort of citrusy, alcoholic flavor that's made from corn and spit, which, it's the best liquor. And it's starting to bring you back, and you start to watch and get lost in this primitive expression of spirituality. Tree, this is not unfamiliar to you. This is clearly a dance in order to push away the evil spirits that are infecting the land. Aelyn, you get this sense that there's a connection that you need to make here, that you have witnessed the poisoning of this land, and you feel like you don't understand how, but you can make a difference here. Trebor, this is completely foreign to you, and you don't know what the hell is going on. Itish, you just feel it like sort of arm's length. This is a culture you're not familiar with, and it's just a little bit too weird for you.
Trebor
as
has
he-
sat down
Yeah.
and is taking notes furiously. Okay. Jotted. No, I don't know how to spell that. It's just.
So as all
This
this
is
happening,
yeah.
Itish, what are you doing?
I'm just observing behaviors, how people are acting, uh, just uh, just mostly observing to see how best to fit in without actually being one of them.
Right. You hear a presence before you even feel it next to you. And you instantly sort of like turn your head as the voice starts, and you see it's Firefist, the chieftain of this tribe, the sort of the king of this nomadic tribe. He's like, "You do not join in."
I did not. I'm not fond of my clothes being off.
Your clothes cover what the gods created you as. We are as the animals. Our clothes hide what we truly are. Why do you hide what you are?
I was not expecting that type of response. These clothes give extra defense or protection from those who wish to harm.
Protection. When you are with the Kuatehe, I am your protection. I am the god reborn. You have nothing to fear here. You said you came as an answer to my call.
We did.
And do you know what I ask of you?
As of this very moment, or for the call?
The Fuaverum is poisoned. We need people to enter her, to discover the cause and destroy it, or correct it. Is this something that you believe you're capable of?
I do.
And what if it requires you to be as you were born, without your forged shell?
Then if that is the case, so it must be.
I hope that you're up to the task. Our land is being consumed. Come with me. I want to show you something.
I'll follow.
He walks away from the party alone. He waves off his bodyguards, and he walks out into the darkness of the plains. And with the light behind you and the brightness that was in your eyes for this whole performance, and now walking off into the open plains, it feels incredibly cold. It feels completely dark because your eyes are still adjusting, and you see lightning sort of flashing in the distance. He walks, about 30, 40 yards before he stops, and he just looks down at the ground. Can you see this? And he has human eyes. You have orc and elven eyes, so you can see better than he can out here. And you see the entire ground. It looks like there was a fire or something. Like all the plants have been sort of shriveled and blackened, and the ground itself is actually completely black. You see like a delineation line of like poison and like healthy. He's like, this was not here hours ago. It is spreading. This poison. There is something wrong. The Furaverum is unbalanced. And if it spreads through our lands, it will invade Locaston. It will invade the rest of Caelia. It will swallow Bressus. No one will be safe. These wildlands were a refuge for our ancestors. They're the homes of our gods. They're where our children go when they pass. And if it is poisoned and it is affecting us, what is to say will happen to them? We need your help. We will have to make sure you're worthy. There will be trials. Are you prepared to undertake them?
I am. Out of curiosity, how long ago did this blackening of the land begin?
Drown in Tears said it happened as soon as the Witch Queen was killed a decade ago. But I've only noticed it in the last couple of years.
If it happened when the Witch Queen was slain, do you know roughly where she was slain?
Can I speak up about the vision I saw?
Yeah, but you're not with them.
Okay.
So yeah, we can cut to you and Tree and Trebor if you want.
I don't want to interrupt.
No, that's all right. So
Go.
Itish is left with the Fire Fist, the chieftain, and you guys are sort of catching your breath. You feel exhausted, but you actually feel invigorated. You don't really feel welcomed, but you don't feel like you're being shunned. So what are you guys doing?
Tree, you kind of like are like you. I feel like you're very similar to these people. What was he saying? I didn't get the spelling right.
I didn't get the spelling right.
And so I assume at this point Aelyn can interrupt because, like, yeah, like he's just curious as ever, and so he's like
What's
trying to document what's happening.
Yeah, seriously.
That is an excellent question for later, I suppose. And looks defeated as he throws his pencil back down.
He was just talking about getting like strength from nature and stuff. If it's in a book somewhere, I'm sure. You told me about books. People write down.
I did tell you about books.
Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to find those books, I suppose. Yeah. And so at this point, I assume
Aelyn, you want to talk about anything other than books?
But books are so.
I had a vision. I think
Tell
I
me
had a
about your
vision.
vision.
I have vision. Like, are you having a hard time seeing?
No.
Not that kind of vision.
Oh.
Dumb.
Like a dream? Like a dream when you're awake?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah.
it felt like.
Okay.
So
What was it?
I'm afraid I'm going to say it wrong.
He says
Don't
what
worry.
Adam said.
Don't worry,
There was a
God will
plan.
guide you.
And the
There's a woman.
All my teeth were falling out.
He had a red balloon and said we'd all float. I don't know.
Write that down.
Write that down.
I've already forgotten some of it. She was.
That's
This is
normal.
so
That's how it would
exactly
be.
how
This would be a great place to have like a a scene cut where we just flash back to exactly what Amy saw. Adam, go ahead.
No, but like my interpretation of this is 100% accurate.
I'll
You
try
just
it.
experienced something you don't understand. You don't quite know how to communicate it because you're exhausted from the whole performative aspect of this thing. I think this is perfect.
From what I remember, something about a woman in
Mhm.
black, and I think it looked like she was like bleeding black into the ground, or
Mm.
dis-
What?
dissolved into it or something. Uh,
Okay.
Mhm.
Does any of
she
these
seemed
things that she's saying?
powerful.
Okay.
Did she
I
give off
think
like
she was
a nice
important.
vibe, or was she like evil?
Mm.
Was it a good bleeding?
Is this evil
Does
darkness?
Is that
Uh,
normal menstruation or?
yeah. No.
There's no such
it
thing. It's
seemed
all evil.
powerful.
Okay. So with
Okay.
we've kind of established Trebor as like this bookish cleric dude back home. Like, does anything that she's saying sound familiar? Like, are any bells being rung?
Give me a mental check. This would be very obscure. Yeah, no, not really. I mean, she could have just hallucinated. She could have seen someone standing there and just interpreted it in a weird way as she was spinning around and dancing. I mean,
It felt profound,
Are
but
you sure you weren't just like really dizzy? You were spinning a lot.
Yo, we took a
no,
lot of drugs. Not gonna lie. Tree does have experience.
You said those were normal mushrooms. I trusted you, Tree.
Yeah, normal mushrooms too. A lot of different things.
this part just felt different. Felt important somehow.
Lady wrapped in black who bleeds on the ground.
It
Okay.
into the ground.
Into the ground. Not okay. I'm not sure if they're
I
what the
think.
Sure. Okay. So yeah,
But
I think
that kind of what's happening too?
Well, I think that sounds like a nightmare. And nightmares are always things you should be very scared of and take very seriously. So, what are we gonna do?
Felt important, I think.
Okay. I will make some very vague notes, and at the bottom it's like Aelyn says it's important question mark.
oh, jeez. Condescending much?
Wow.
Well, she doesn't even know for sure how she
Yeah, I
feels
think it's
about
more
it.
that I think Trebor's like more going off of Aelyn's like I'm not sure what happened, and he's like okay, sure.
It seemed important, but
Right.
Just below that, there's another note that says no more mushrooms from Tree.
You're gonna forget what that means and think it's from me or from a random tree you saw.
Don't listen to trees.
Only time will tell.
The birches are the worst.
All
All right, so back with Itish and Fire Fist. He looks off at you. He's like, "You come from Locaston."
I do.
Why come to help us?
Well, one, it's always good to help out your fellow people. We all live on the same planet, or same land.
Your people waged war on the world. You sided with the Witch Queen.
Well, I don't speak on behalf of my people. If I did, I wouldn't be here.
Is it because you're a half-breed?
I'd say 1% of the reason, darling.
A little bit. I imagine
One.
it must be difficult existing in two different realms at the same time.
If you don't let people's words get to you, it's not that difficult.
If you enter the Fuaverum and you are forced to choose, Would you choose Locaston over Caelia? Would you choose your homeland over our land?
I'll choose the side that's not trying to destroy the land itself. I'll choose the side that's not trying to destroy the people of the land, the animals, the nature, the water. Because the one that tries to destroy that is inadvertently trying to destroy me as well.
We should return and get some food. Follow me. And he returns back. Trebor, you see, I'm trying to find names here. Drown in Tears walks in front of you as you're like making notes. And he pours a glass out on top of the notes. Just standing there naked in front of you.
Oh, hi. Yeah. Why did you pour all that all over my notes?
You
I
need
don't
to
remember
be
anything.
present.
Okay. I'll make notes later, and he'll close his book and stuff it back in his bag.
The Kahutehe are here, requiring assistance, and your face is pressed inside of pressed plant pulp.
It helps me remember things. I write down, I record the things you say.
He like leans
do
down
so
at
that
the
I
waist
understand.
so his face is really close to yours. He's like, "That's what your
Well.
head is for."
Does your head remember everything, or do you sometimes forget? This helps me remember.
We tell stories to remember. We repeat them over time. You do not do that where you come from?
Well, yeah, but usually somebody recorded them on plant, whatever you said this was. It's so that we can remember and that the stories don't change. We don't have a lot of people that just know all the stories. I know some stories, but there's a lot of things to know. And then this way, when someone that maybe you aren't near and can tell a story to, they can find this later and hear the same story.
As if you don't have a legacy of parents and their parents and theirs and so on to share the knowledge with you. Why do you cut yourself off from that?
Well, I've been in the monastery since I was younger. My dad hasn't been around in a long time, so I don't always have someone that can tell me stories.
I don't understand. Your parents abandoned you in a building?
I chose to go to the building. I chose to learn about the gods and follow their teachings, and it's different where I come from in Bressus.
He
It's not
squats down and he presses his hand against your chest. He's very, very close to you. This is who we are. Not buildings, not structures. You feel my pulse in my hand against your chest. I can feel your pulse in your chest. This is who we are. We don't need anything but each other. Our community. He sort of looks around. Our traditions. Our land. And he rips up a piece of dirt with a little bit of grass in between it. This is who we are. This is who you are. You manufacturing pulp or forging steel is an aberration to us. It is why I think the Fuiverum is unbalanced. It is because of you, the Biochte. You have poisoned what it means to be a part of this land. You fought against it. You are
How-
to enter the Fuaverum. You will have to cleanse yourselves of these toxins.
Okay. How have you always lived here with your community?
In these plains,
And you know nothing different?
I know all of my ancestors. I know this land. I know everything there is to know. I have connections to the gods. What else is there?
Where I come from, it's different. We know how to forge steel because it's something that was learned and that information was passed on, not in stories, but in books, sometimes taught from one person to the next, but it's just different. It's the first time I've been out anywhere outside of that. I don't know anything different. I feel like there should be some way we could coexist. Do you live the same way as the beasts in the forest or the beasts in the sea?
We are the
They
beasts.
coexist.
You think you are different than them.
I don't know.
I do not
I've
think
never
the
thought about
gods
it like
think
that.
we are. But if you enter the Fuaverum, you will be expected to be the beasts. You cannot bring your Biochte ways with you. You will be barren, raw, isolated from everything that you are. You will be in the realm of the spirits. Are you prepared for that sacrifice, for that honor?
There's something to learn from that. Yeah. Will you show me how?
Oh, yes. I will show you. You and your friends. It seems Aelyn and Tree are both very similar to us. To you. We will all be cleansed together. I believe Itish has a different path.
Is she not coming with us?
Firefist has taken an interest. If she lives through her trials, she will join you. And if you live through your trials, you will join her.
Okay. Like, I think Trebor's like accepting of this, but doesn't fully understand. Like, place is so foreign and alien to him that he's just kind of trying to do his best to be a part of it, and like knowing that they need to do, this thing to try. He's hoping that like this will help bring balance between, whatever their beliefs are and views are, and like what he can do, and maybe he'll learn something out of it as well. So
Nice. So Itish, you returned with Firefist. Tree, the whole time you are 100% aware that they have been serving you guys humans to eat.
Yeah.
I don't think your friends are aware of that at all.
Oh, they were told we're in a cannibal place, right?
But I thought you said like it had hooves and stuff because I was about to
Nope.
question it.
He said that the hooves were removed.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Tree
just
heard that.
meat as far as you knew. So are you going to say anything to him or?
I didn't think there was pigs in this land.
Long pig.
long pig. So I lived in South America for a year. I learned to not ask. Like, you just say thanks. You ask if there's more ranch because it will cover up a lot of tastes. It was expensive by the bottle, but 100% worth it.
So Tree, do you mention anything?
Do they look like they're enjoying it?
I don't know. Aelyn, how's the meat?
Answer honestly.
You have to answer before you know, not Amy,
Yeah.
Aelyn. Not Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I can tell you what people have described human as tasting like. As,
okay.
I think pork, but a
I
little
really hope-
sweeter.
I really
think
hope
it's
the
what they
FBI
said.
is not like watching this stream, guys. They'd be like, "What are they googling?"
Better than
Okay,
pork?
if it tastes like
Yes,
pork, seriously, I would probably believe
Yeah.
it was pork.
I would 100% eat it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, some taste like pork, while others taste like veal. Have I not? We'll talk about my
Either
whole
case
theory.
is good.
Cannibal!
At some point, Trebor looks
I
up. He's
think
like, "Is
Aelyn
there
would like to be in
bacon?"
denial.
Trebor's
I
asking
look at them and I go, so do you think that the people were eating were killed in like a ritual and they were into it, or do you think this is the slaves? Because I feel like that changes things.
She's no longer
I'm
in
still
denial.
eating it.
She starts
Hello?
puking.
You shouldn't puke. That's they're gonna be
Slow,
upset.
like a
You
girl.
wasted.
What are you doing?
Oh, Aelyn.
So,
You
Trebor,
fruit up.
how are you enjoying
It
the
didn't
meal?
agree with me.
Nah.
Do you guys have any bacon? He's fully convinced it's pork.
Even
Like,
after
can you
what
fry?
you just
do you-
said?
I don't think he's paying attention. He's still trying to process how that he can't write shit in his book anymore. So he's like trying to memorize everything. And so he just looks up. He's like, "Do you guys have any of this like in thin strips that's just fried? It's really good."
Tree wants to go look at the stars for a little bit. I'm pretty full, and my friends are not gonna lie, embarrassing me a little bit with the everything.
Are there
So I
cannibals in the bathroom?
wanna go look at the stars really quick and connect with sky nature
Nice. Okay.
because I don't know what space is.
Yeah. So you go off, and it takes just a minute for your eyes to adjust to the darkness. You sort of look up into the vast, empty vacuum of space, and you see the stars sparkling. You see the 2 moons up in the sky. You've got Dochie, which is a massive moon that takes 25 years to get close to Kierdvonig, which is the planet that you're on. And there's rumors that once it gets close in that 25-year procession, a land bridge opens up between Dioche and Kierdvonig, and in northern Locaston is where the land bridge supposedly connects. And there's ancient tales of aberrant monstrosities that traverse that land bridge and torture Locaston before they're sort of beaten back. But it's nothing that Caelia has ever really personally dealt with in recent memory, and it's nothing Bressus really knows anything about. It's just sort of ancient tales that you've grown up on. The other moon is called Edochas, and it's a very small moon, but myth has it that moon is inhabited by evil cosmic beings. The moon itself, Edochas, means despair. So the stars and the planets and the satellites that float across the sky, they're not just spiritual realms. They're not just these sort of physical affirmations. They're directly connected to the existence of this planet and the trauma that this planet experiences by the inhabitants of these moons. And it speaks to the continuous struggle that the people of this planet have to deal with, that it's not just this internal strife, but it's also this wildly cosmic external strife that has never been fully reconciled or at least even acknowledged completely. Certainly not as a global issue, but it's this sort of mythic tribal knowledge that you know about. And as you're reflecting on all of this, all the experiences that you've had thus far, you're finally at the place you wanted to get to, but it took a lot to get there, a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, a lot of sort of craziness. You feel this sort of connection with Mather, the mother goddess of the earth, of Kirdvanig. You just feel this moment where you're almost being embraced. You know, this is your land. You're a part of this, and you can feel the discord within this land. You've never really had a moment to think about it before because of the celebrations and the sort of the chaos of everything. But now that you just have this moment to breathe, to take it in and make this connection with the sort of terra firma, as it were, you can feel the pain that is very present here. And it's not something that you've ever experienced before. And maybe that's why it stands out so starkly for you. This is different. There is something here. And I think you feel like maybe you could help. And this is something that's worth, you know, fighting for and struggling for to heal this land. This is everything. This is life. This is the core of your power. Everything that is you is this, and it is being poisoned by something. And this should reinforce any potential lingering doubt or desire not to deal with it, to really make you want to be a part of it and to be a part of what corrects this fault that you're sensing, you know?
Okay. So I think after that, I would kind of get up and I would try to look real tough while I was walking through the crowd with my hands balled up on my sides. And I'll go up to my friends who are probably still very upset about what I said about the meat for some reason. And I, with tears in my eyes, would say, the earth is sick and we gotta help. Okay? We gotta help, okay? And I look at them. I look at my friends.
Well,
Yeah, no, that's why we're here, is to help.
Yeah.
Love,
But
love, that's
Itish has to
the
come too.
whole reason why we're here, love.
But you have to come too.
We're all coming.
That's not what he said.
Drowns in Tears said that you have to do something without us. Something about trials. I'm not sure what he meant.
And this is probably a perfect time to call it for the session. Questions are still in the air. Requirements to fulfill.
Whether or not we've broken everything.
This quest is in the air. How much slave they ate is still up in the air.
We're not talking about that. That's a no-no.
At least 2 tacos worth.
2 tacos worth.
hopefully I vomited most of it up.
Well, thank you all so very much for watching today's DL6 Stop the Spread DireLands Adventure Actual Play. Please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, liking, and commenting on this video. And as always, remember that evil spelled backwards is little. So get out there and be evil.